Choose the way our future will now take. Try the path we lay. We'll make the world change. We'll make the world change. Say goodbye to those who try to counter and halt this. They ain't no right to block and the changing of tides through music, because you can't stop magic. Close your eyes and see the sight of futures you might hold. Singing bright, I'll help you find your purpose in life through each note. And once you're there, don't let go. You wanna play a real game, undo the chain. Melodies made just like the rope is our walkway. Don't wanna cry, don't wanna try, forget this time. Just let me thrive within a dream life. Wanna be free and let a brand new age unfurl. I know that we'll see, we'll make a new world. Choose the way our future will now take. Try the path we lay. We'll make the world change. We'll make the world change. A path is to transforms what we can do. Words and songs send through, they'll reach so far too. This dream will come true, 'cause I believe in you. Say goodbye to those who try to keep you from flying. Travel high beyond the slide where music will lie in hiding. We need to keep on rising. Close your eyes and hold on tight, we're running to both grow. It's alright to change our lives and know we can find a new hope. I seek for freedom, I know. You wanna play a real game, undo the chain. Melodies made to light a path to new walkways. Don't wanna cry, don't wanna try, forget this time. Just let me thrive within a dream life. Wanna be free and let a brand new age unfurl. I know that we'll see, we'll make a new world. Choose the way our future will now take. Try the path we lay. We'll make the world change. We'll make the world change. A path is to transforms what we can do. Words and songs send through, they'll reach so far too. They'll reach so far too. We're starting anew. We're starting anew. Today we celebrate and claim the world. We all praise, even all the laps that stray along the alleyways are sounding in my brain, though I'm averting my gaze. They're so fake. I no longer feel sane. The depth of all the scents within my nose I found and stung me to a great extent. I'm dizzy from the scent. I'm waking every ache, and I wonder today whose turn came. Within this world of lies, hey, tell me, what can I do right? I wanna know, hey, tell me, what can I do right? I wanna find the light and reach through the night, so all the tears stop falling down from your eyes. I'll try and I'll bite the future in my mind. I'll fight on with all my might. It's all because within this life so cruel and blind, I find I see your light and want you to smile bright. No, I'll never hurt anyone. See, growing strong like a gentle beast. Also I can stay just as the one I call me. day the worldly praise has found a peace we can't save. Turning my own gaze away from bad news, all the same I couldn't say, only pretending it won't change. All the world, it feels like it's insane, marching on with all the weight of great faith. The little steps we take are only stay with such a taste that never fades, leading all the way to the end game. A world that came to find a change. Going on to live a life so pure and upright. To say I'm going on to live a life where nobody cries. To say I'm going on to live a life without any lies. Is that to live and truly thrive without mistakes in my life? Is it alright to live a life just as I am for all time? Is it alright to live a life with every trait that I find? What am I really meant to be? How could I ever see who I'm really meant to be? Why won't you say it please? I'm begging you to tell me. I'm begging you to tell me. Now then, within a world without an answer known, I want to show my wish with all my clumsy heart. Although it is my one true hope to laugh with you for all the time that may flow up. It's pounding my heart in my chest, shakes again, and it shouts and said, now it's time to go and move ahead. I'll try and I'll bite the weakness in my mind. I'll fight on with all my might. It's all because within this light so cruel and blind, I find I see your light and want you to smile bright. No, I'll never make anyone weak. Growing strong like a gentle beast. Also I can stay just as the one I still call me. So I can fight to protect you and all that you are. Running on, so far I will run along and grow beyond my own heart.
Woof? The music's a bit loud. Woof, woof, woof. Hello, Dog Army. Today I'm going to be giving you advice, and you better follow it. Woof, woof, woof. Woof. Okay. And also, this other person, this other version of me. Hello, Dog Army. I'm also going to be giving you advice today, so please stay tuned. I will be certain to give you the absolute best advice that I can possibly give you. Yes. Woof, woof. 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 Hello everyone in chat. Hello. Hello Sophie, Jisunashi, Juju, Tianranran, Relicia, Ify, Jalistic, Yuxing, Xiaosong, Reality, Fico, Mobile Spoon, Burninator, Kitro, Reina. Hello everyone. I thought this kind of advice stream would be fun, but I also thought to myself, you know what? I never know what to give in terms of advice. I've always been quite terrible at it. Hello Howler, Irina Casino, welcome to the Dog Army. Welcome. I've always been so very awful at giving advice. So I thought to myself, why not give advice in two complete extremes? So that's what we're going to be doing today. Woof, woof, woof. Neil Vega, thank you for the tier 1 sub at 23 months. Thank you. 23 months of being subbed to an amazing person. Now that you mention it. Thank you. Thank you so much, darling. Thank you, darling. I'm sorry TTS is a bit low. Let me turn on the music so that it matches. There we go. Hello, yeah. Hello. Isn't that what you do normally? Yes, but now it's just visualized, you know? Woof, woof, woof. Oh dear, which advice should you follow? You should follow your heart. That's right. You should follow your heart. So, by the way, I found out how to do woofs eternally on Twitter. Woof? Okay, here we go. I told you guys to send me your problems, and that I would provide to you the answer to any problem you might have. I also said serious, for real, no cap, serious. So that's what we're gonna be doing. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Woof. Are you ready? I hope you are. Here we go. Hina Bobina sends this as her problem. Let me turn it up a little bit. There we go. And we'll put chat up here. Yes. Thank you for the follow. Okay. Give me a moment to just adjust this so that it doesn't mess up. There we go. Okay. Hina provided this. Oh my god, Hina. Jesus. I don't think, oh my god. I don't think that's a problem. That's a problem that you're giving us, Hina. It's not very nice. That is not very nice. Drop it louder, Hina, next time. Next time you turn it up even louder. Got it? Woof. Woof. Minster says, I am your problem. No, you're not. Woof. Problem? Hungry. Well, Kisaka, if you're hungry, I think that you should go and talk to a charity organization which can provide you with food. All you gotta do is get on your knees and you beg them. If you beg them and you kiss their feet and you ask them, hey, can I please have food? Can I pretty please have food? Then I am certain that a good and kind person from a local charity will provide you with food. I am absolutely certain of that. Woof, woof, woof. Yes. I think, here's my solution to your problem, Kisaka. I think you should just steal it. Capitalism is... Capitalism is theft to begin with. What gives the corporations the right to own food? You should just go straight into the convenience store and take it. Who cares? Who cares? You can just take whatever you want. It's not like anyone has the power to stop you. And if they do, I suggest you bring the power of the hammer down upon their faces. That's right. You carry a gigantic hammer with you anywhere you go, and nobody's going to mess with you. That's right. Woof, woof, woof. Okay, next problem. Oh, let me go. Thank you.
Hey dog Mary Bark, there's a problem. It's my birthday today. Seeking this problematic birthday dog happy birthday song in Danish.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Shannon. Happy birthday to you. I dag det Shannons fødselsdag. Hurra, hurra, hurra. Hun sikrer sig en gave, for som hun har ønsket sig i år, med dejlig chokolade og kager til. Happy birthday, Shannon. Happy birthday. And thank you, CPG Ghost, for the gift sub. Thank you very much. We're close to a gift subscription. I think you guys should... Hold on, I think you guys should give even more. Go into your parents' bedroom and grab their credit card. Bring it here, enter all the information. Don't forget the numbers on the back of the card. Those are called a security code. And then you give me all of the subs. Send me at least 200. That's right, chat. I want 200 subs. I think you shouldn't ever give subs to anyone. In fact, I think you shouldn't ever do anything at all. Don't send any donations to anyone but the Church of Jesus Christ. That's right. I want you to give all of your parents' money to Jesus. I think Jesus would very much appreciate all of your kind donations and subs. I think he would. I think he would use them to get very nice stuff for the church.
CDG_Ghost
That's right.
2002 just joined the dog army.
Thank you, Asher Cormac. Thank you for the 2 months up at 2 months.
Cormac just resubbed for 2 months.
Thank you.
Wahaha, I am empowered by the dog.
Woof. Thank you very much, darling. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Next question. Oh, here we go. I've been waiting for news from an internship I applied for. Any advice on dealing with the anxiety of waiting? Advice on dealing with the anxiety of waiting? That's a good question. I wonder how to respond to that. Any advice dealing with the anxiety of waiting? Yes! Why is the music so loud? Hold on. There we go. Much better. Is the music okay now? What do you guys think? Or is it too low now? I can't tell. Sorry, I've always been awful at audio mixing. Is this okay? Sounds good. Okay. I've been waiting for news from an internship I applied for. Any advice on dealing with the anxiety while waiting? Well, I think that dealing with anxiety is a good thing. I think you should go outside and you should start applying for local charities. If you work even more and you sleep a maximum of 6 hours a night, then you will feel much better and your anxiety will magically go away from helping other people.
In today's news, several people around the world were seen stealing food. Apprehended thieves said in their defense that a dog told them to do it.
I think that you should not wait at all. I think you should march into the jobs office. You should bring a gun if you need to, and then you walk straight up to the guy in charge of it, and you point the gun straight at his chest, and you look at him and you say, you think I'm fucking kidding you, old man? You give me the job right now, or I'm going to find your family, and I'm going to kill every single one of them. If you give me the job, I will be the most normal worker ever. I will never do anything. If you don't give me the job, I will bring hell to your existence. I will slaughter your family. I will make you regret this choice forevermore. What? My problem, I have an internet addiction and I haven't hung out with IRL friends in over 8 years. Well, what's a good way to solve that problem? I think you should go outside right now and you should find the nearest person and you should give them all your money. God will look kindly upon this act and he will reward you with a friend, with a lot of friends indeed. You should spend your day helping others. Do not ever put a single thought of other people, do not ever put a single thought in your brain that doesn't have to do with helping other people, and that is how you will get other people to become your friend. Yes, woof. I think you shouldn't worry about any of that at all. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to find the nearest gang of delinquents. You walk up to them and then you punch their boss in the throat. That's right, you straight up punch him in the throat. Did you know that if you have a keychain, if you have keys, you can put the keys right between your knuckles and you can have a little bit of the key sticking out between your fingers. If you then punch someone, it will give them puncture wounds, much like a knife, except it's legal because no one can arrest you for carrying keys. Then, once their boss is bleeding on the ground with a cut up throat and having troubles breathing, then you declare yourself the new delinquent boss of the gang and you will have friends forever. Yes, woof woof woof. How do I help myself out of dealing with imposter syndrome and self-doubt? Noble!
NANI?!
Thank you for the 2-1 sub, thank you! At 29 months, wow! I need help. I have a dog friend that's super smug and makes comics, but now all the clout has gone to his head and he's become unhinged. How do I ground him again? Well, Noble, I think you should sit down with him and I think you should tell him, you know what, Mary? I think that you've gone too far. I think you're going to go to hell and burn for all eternity, and Satan is going to torture you and punish you and brutally maim you forever until the end of time and even beyond.
For 29 months. I need help. I have a dog friend that's super smug and makes comics, but now all the clout has gone to his head and he's become completely unhinged. How do I ground him again?
Okay, the TTS just asked the question again, so I'm gonna answer again. Basically, you sit down with him and you tell him, hey, dear dog friend, I think that you need to stop acting that way, because here's the thing, I think that you should consider the fact that you're going to be burning for all eternity in the pits of fire and torture that is hell. That's right, Satan himself is going to eat you, maim you, punch you and spit you out every single day for all eternity. Your agony will be unceasing. You will burn forever if you don't stop acting slightly annoying towards me. That's right, because that's God. God shows his love by threatening you with eternal damnation. I think you should use it to your advantage. Tell him what he wants to know, and you can manipulate him for your own ends. That's right. The way you ground him is by not grounding him at all. The way you ground him is by continuing his delusions, turning other people against him. And then, once his delusions are beyond repair, then you will be one of the only people on his side, and then you will be able to take advantage because he will be doing whatever he wants you to say. He will become dependent on you, and you will become able to use him for whatever you so damn please. Kaya, thank you for the raid. Thank you, darling. Thank you. What?
To have a problem for you, Marys.
Thank you, Kaya.
A bomb has been planted.
Oh god, my personal femboy Mary. So I'm just waiting for the TTS to stop.
Bomb was a done.
Thank you, Thank you, dog. See both versions like me. Yeah, of course, Kaya. I love you, Kaya. And I love you, Kaya. What? I'm having trouble getting used to the hotkey that brings both out. It's kind of difficult. I love you, Kaya. Okay, next one. How do I help myself out of/deal with imposter syndrome and self-doubt? I think it's a matter of accepting the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ into your soul. That's right. If you accept that you are literally nothing without our Lord and Savior Jesus, then it won't be an imposter syndrome, and you won't have any self-doubt, because you will know that none of your accomplishments are truly your own. They are all one large gift from God, and God is the one in charge of you, and you will never ever be able to claim any accomplishment ever, and that gives you a wonderful freedom. You see, your freedom is what your freedom will be that you are free to follow our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Yes. Whoop, whoop, whoop. The way you ensure that you will never have to deal with imposter syndrome or self-doubt is by realizing that everyone around you are faking it as well. That's right. Every single person you've ever known that appears to have great skills or great dedication or great charm or a high up position that they might deserve, they're all liars, and you can be one of those liars, or you can sit and refuse to lie on your own. It's up to you. Everyone are imposters. That's how we make it in this world. We all fake it till we make it. So don't worry too much about not being able to live up to what people might see you as. It doesn't matter, because I can assure you, no one else is that good either. They're all just pretending to be. Woof. Thank you for the 100 bits, Ruby. Thank you, darling. I love you. Mwah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, darling not Kaya. Thank you, darling Ruby. Thank you very much for the 100 bits. Thank you. What? It's all going to fund the Church of Satan. No, it won't. It'll go to fund the Church of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. No, it won't. It'll go to the Church of Satan. No, it won't. It'll go to the Church of Jesus Christ.
I have also a problem, and it goes a little SMTH like, what shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with drunken sailor early in the morning?
What shall we do with the drunken sailor, huh? There we go. That's what we'll do with the drunken sailor. Okay, next one. How do I get myself in a productive mood when you're not
This
feeling it
won't
at all?
stop me, I have so many points.
Wow, Kaya, wow. How do I get myself in a productive mood when I'm not feeling it at all? How do I get myself in a drunken mood when I'm not feeling it at all? That's hard. Perhaps I might be able to answer that. What? So, the way you get yourself in a productive mood when you're not feeling it at all. Well, I would say you go to your local church. You open up a Bible on a random page and then you read the word of the gospel, the word of our Lord and Savior, God, and Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit. Woof. Yes, woof, woof, woof. And God will guide you to your true path. Yes, woof, woof, woof. Well, I suppose you can create incremental. Basically, if you're working towards a goal, and you're trying to get to the point where you're feeling more productive, what you can try to do is you can try to split up the task into smaller constructs and. For an example, instead of saying, you know what, today I'm gonna do one big thing and then you never end up doing it because it's too hard to get started, you do small parts of that big thing. So what I like to do is every night I like to write one chapter of something. Doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter how long it is, I just have to write something in one night. Every day, I have to write at least one chapter of something. That's a way to stifle creativity because that's a way that you ensure that something gets done, even if it's not a lot. And then if you feel like it, you can keep going, but always make sure you get that minimum amount of work done every single day. Praise Satan. Well, can you give me advice on how to reject people? Sometimes I want to do it, but it feels uncomfortable if I say it to them. Thank you, Mary. Well, the way to reject people is by being honest. Honesty is a great thing, and you can get so far with honesty. Tell them you find them disgusting. Tell them that you don't like them and that they are impure sinners that do not and should not come into your general vicinity, or they might be smited by the light of our Lord. The way you reject them is by ghosting them. Don't ever even address the problem. Just completely disappear. Tell other people that you find them uncomfortable. Tell other people that you find them annoying. Tell other people that you don't want them around. Don't ever bring it up to them. Don't ever say anything to them at all. They'll just have to guess by the fact that you're not hanging out with them anymore. Woof. Woof. Okay, I'm gonna take a thing from a regular soon, next, so let's do this. This is kind of a serious one, so I think, I don't know. Is it my depression really treated well? I'm anxious about this. I don't know, darling. I'm not a medical doctor. I think if you don't feel that you're receiving the right medical attention, then you should receive the medical attention with Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. I'm just kidding. Okay, for this one, I'm going to answer really. If you don't feel like you're getting the right advice, I would suggest looking for a different doctor. Try to get advice from other people. Try to talk with people online. There might be some internet-style things that you can do. There might be some advice on the internet. There might be some people, some help group on the internet that you can get. So I would suggest you try to you try to go with that. Yes. Woof. Woof. Praise Satan. Spending too much money. Thank you for the 100 bits, CPG Ghost. Thank you. Woof. Thank you very much, darling. Okay, so on the topic of spending too much money, this is a sin. It's called gluttony. Whoop! Or pride. Basically, you're going to go to hell if you spend too much money. That's right. If you spend too much money and you start acting vainglorious or gluttonous when it comes to it, or greedy when it comes to hoarding it, spending too much money is bad because you're gonna go to hell. Spending too little money is also bad, and you're also going straight down to hell where you will be tortured for all eternity by Satan himself. Woof! Maybe you're not spending enough money. Maybe you should keep spending money. Or you should hoard your wealth. Keep all the money to yourself. Never spend your own money. When you're going out with your friends, pretend to be broke so that they're going to pay for your dinner. If you're going to go buy something that you need, you should steal it instead. Hoard all your wealth like an ancient dragon, and everything will be alright because it'll be all yours. Woof, 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 woof. Woof. Praise Satan. Praise our Lord and Savior Jesus. Woof. How do you find inspiration to keep writing something when you encounter hard writer's block? Well, what I do is I go on Reddit and I copy other people's jokes, and then I just write them with cute anime girls, and then they're going to like it. Sorry. I accidentally forgot I'm the angel right now. Well, I go on Reddit and I steal other people's jokes and I rewrite them a little bit, change a few words here and there, change a few characters here and there, add some girls with massive boob ass, and then it'll sell. I promise you it'll sell. It'll sell very well indeed. Woof, woof, woof. Yes. Well, I think that you should look into the Gospel. The book of the Bible, the St. James version, of course, has all the answers anyone might need. Look to Jesus and he shall provide you with inspiration if you have faith. Woof. What's the next one? How do you deal with the feeling of loneliness, even if you are not alone, if that makes sense? Been feeling like that lately. Hold on, everyone. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm here. How do you deal with the feeling of loneliness, even if you're not alone? If that makes sense. Been feeling like that recently. Well, that's because you haven't accepted our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ or the Holy Spirit into your heart. He will always be there to listen to you. He is the presence that is always there so that you never feel lonely no matter when you are alone. You should go to the church and donate all of your earnings to the new faith. And then you will never be lonely ever, because your strength and your bond with God through your faith will be strengthened massively. Yes. Woof. Accept God. Well, you could always summon a demon. A demon will be with you always, and he will never let you go. All you must do is gather a whole kilo of bird bones. In addition to that, you also need a gallon of pig's blood. Paint the sign of Paimon on your wall, and wait till midnight to summon him with the chant. You can find the chant by looking on 4chan, and then you will always have a friend. You could also try creating a fantasy friend or something like that, but it'll never be as powerful as a demon. Woof woof. Woof woof. No, I'm not talking about Paimon from Genshin Impact. I'm talking about one of the great princes of hell, Paimon. It's not the same. Morph. Why can't I work 8 hours a day at my job without breaking down?
Here's the chant to summon a demon in case you needed it.
Okay, settle down. Why can't I work at least 8 hours a day at my job without breaking down? Well, how do I answer this? Because you have not accepted our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, God Almighty, into your soul. If you accepted Him and you had the faith required, then you would be able to do anything that you desired at all. You would never feel tired, and you would always feel hopeful and happy. At least until God starts testing you for no reason. What? That is because you're not meant to be working that long. You're meant to have your boss's job, where you just sit and chill in the offices, in your boss office, your manager's office, and watch YouTube videos and get everyone else to do work. That's why you need to find a way to steal his job. Clearly, the work of a mindless slave laborer is not for you. Here's what I suggest. I suggest you plant incriminating items on your boss's computer. Put some terrorist bombing plans on there and contact the FBI. Soon, the boss will be gone and they will be needing a replacement. That is when you lie to management and say you are the most qualified by getting ahead of it. You will have a resume and a full dictation on why you should be taking over your boss's job, fully ready and planned. If anyone gives you trouble, you make a deal with them first. You tell them, hey, I'm gonna make it a little bit easier on you if you back my position. Tell everyone else that I am the right one for the job, and I will give you your own personal parking space, and I'll look past you taking a 2-hour lunch. So just trust me and allow me to be the next boss, and I promise I'll keep up my end of the deal. But of course later on, if they crush you after a year or so, then you get rid of them as well. Woof woof. Woof. How to be a good streamer with no internet? Well, all you need is your Bible. Go onto the streets and start preaching. Save souls and you will have done your job as a good streamer. Sometimes you might even get a few viewers that are gonna come watch you preach from the Bible. I assure you, it will be a good thing. Yes, woof woof woof. Steal your neighbor's Wi-Fi. Woof. Woof. I don't know how to promote myself and my stories. Well, the way you can promote yourself is if you have your local church, you can go and ask everyone to subscribe to your YouTube channel or your Twitch, and then your church can come watch you and you can promote the word of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Woof. Well, this is quite a tricky one. I would say...
Mary, this is the funniest answer Angel could give, cause I know a missionary who asked for my Twitch when he found out I was a streamer. So you are a man of the Lord.
Yes. Thank you for the 100 bits, Ruby. Thank you for the 100 bits, Ruby. It's taking a little bit of time for the alert to catch up. Thank you very much, darling. Thank you. How to promote yourself? Here's what I'd do. I would start a... Here's what I'd do. I would send an invoice for an ad agency for another company. Basically, I would say, hey, this is for the ad here's what I would do. I would invoice a local company, a company that is just large enough that not everyone knows what's going on. Send them an invoice and they'll most likely pay it without questioning it even slightly. Then you use that money in order to buy adverts. If the company ever comes and asks you for a receipt, then you can just give them a receipt that the Google ads were paid for their company. They won't ask anything else. However, the ads are actually promoting your content. Woof, woof, woof. What's the next one? Very serious question. There's 5 people tied to a train track with a train coming towards them. You are in control of the lever to redirect the train. However, if you redirect the train, you will kill your best friend who is tied down on the other track. What will you do? Well, I would kill... Who would I kill? I would go onto the train tracks, I will pull out my trusty Bible, and I will start preaching to all of the people the word of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And I will say that you have been saved. Your souls have been saved, and it matters not what happens to your mortal body, for when you die, Jesus will grant you a new body of pure light and splendor, and nothing bad will ever happen again, because you agree to die. Whoop! I'd kill the 4 people and save my best friend. He will be so happy that he will do whatever I tell him for the rest of time. Praise Satan. Woof. Let's see, what's the next one we can answer? I might be skipping a few. I hope that's okay, Dog Army. Hi, Mary. I've just been working for 6 days and I'm planning to quit my job that pays me $6 a day. I thought I could handle it, but the longer I worked there, I got more stressed and weaker. I'm planning to focus on being an artist where I'm passionate about. Is my decision right? Yes! Put your faith in the Lord and you can do anything at all. Quit your education, quit your job, do whatever you want. Simply go to church and read the Bible and the Lord will have your back. Yes, you can do anything. There's nothing bad that will happen, because even if you die, you will gain a body of pure light. This life does not matter. All that matters is being good and pure. Yes. Woof. Don't watch porn. I would say go for it if you believe that you can get more money. What I would say you should do better, however, is convincing your current employer that whatever you want to do with art is actually in their best interest. The way you can do that is by gathering blackmail information on them. Simply gather whatever dirt or make up things if you have to. Present it to them and tell them that, I think our job needs a new artist. I think we should have an artist to decorate the office. Don't you agree that that would make it a more pleasurable work environment? And he will say yes, because there's nothing he can do otherwise. You will simply ruin his life. What? I'm broke, what do I do? You put your faith in the Lord and he will provide. You steal money and make sure you have enough for yourself before you help anyone else. Don't help other people unless it can benefit you. Well, confidence. Always struggled with imposter syndrome with everything I do. Aw, darling. But don't worry. all of the things you do and all of the things you will ever do will all be thanks to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So you need not fear that you are inadequate. You need but only know that you are an instrument of the Lord's will. It doesn't matter if you have imposter syndrome. It doesn't even matter if you actually are an imposter. All that matters is that you do everything that you need to do and you make sure you're useful for other people, because then they'll be useful to you as well. Take care of yourself, drink plenty of water, and don't feel bad about anything, because your dog is always here for you. Woof, woof, woof. How to maintain a positive attitude. I am sad every day. Bring your Bible with you to work every day. Wear your cross and Jesus will be with you and you will never be sad ever again. Woof. Try to wake up at a proper time every morning. If you stay up too late, your monkey brain will activate its alertness and it'll actually make you more depressed and more negative, because you start looking for problems because of your monkey brain. Also take cold showers. What the heck do I do with my life? Well, you dedicate it to praising the Lord and saving other people's souls. That's what you do with your life. You dedicate your life to yourself and ensure that you have a stable foundation for the life you want to live for the rest of your mortal life, because I can assure you, nothing great awaits in the afterlife, whether it be heaven or hell. This life is all that matters. Enjoy it while it lasts. What? How do I stop the feeling of I do not belong? Aw, G-Force, thank you for the 2 months up at 26 months. Thank you, darling. Thank you so much. Thank you. You dedicated your life to drinking coffee. That's lovely. Woof, woof, woof. Woof. How can you stop the feeling of you don't belong? Well, you will always belong in the gospel of in church. You'll always belong in church, and Jesus will always look at you as one of his children. We are all children of God, and you will be among us. You will be soon. What do you mean soon? Well, when rapture comes, all good humans will be evaporated from the air, and we will join God upon the celestial realm, where we will be given bodies of pure light, and our bodies of pure light will never age, and we will be given great rewards depending on how good we have been. And every morning we will wake up and we will take the things we have created and we will step into holy fire, and the holy fire will burn. And if our creation is good enough for the Lord, then the Lord will not burn our creation into dust. If it is good enough for the Lord, it will be given to the angels. Yes. Are you telling me heaven is labor, and you get judged on the quality of your work, and if it's not good enough, your entire day's labor is burned? Yes, that's actually what it says in the Bible. Go on, Google it. That is what it says in the Bible.
I dedicated my life to drinking coffee. Verino_Usha just resubbed for 7 months.
That's what it says in the Bible. Woof. That sounds pretty awful. No, it's not, because you'll be a part of the celestial realm. It's not too late for you either. I kinda prefer hell. What? What the fuck is wrong with that angel? Nothing's wrong with me. I am a being of pure light. What the fuck? Next question. I don't like this music. I'm gonna skip it. Woof. Woof, woof, woof. Are you all excited to join our Lord and Savior? Guys, I think you should commit a sin. I'm kind of terrified of the angel. What? How do you talk to people? Like literally anyone. I'm usually only comfortable to talk to my close friends. It's hard finding strangers, talking to strangers. It's hard making friends. I'm really different online. It's so much harder than making friends in real life. Well, it won't matter soon, because the world is going to end, and all sinners will be doomed to stay on the earth when Satan comes and tortures them all for all eternity. So don't even worry about making friends. Simply, the only friend that you need is our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, who will provide you with everything that you might need. There's nothing more important than worshipping God. God is all, and all is God. And we will all be reunited with God as one very, very soon. And all sinners who have ever disobeyed Him, all gay people, all people who watch pornography, anyone who's ever stolen anything, anyone who eats too much, anyone who eats too little, anyone who spends too much money, anyone who don't spend enough money, anyone who's ever done anything, anyone who has had sex out of wedlock, anyone who's ever masturbated, they'll all be burning in hell for all eternity. And no matter what, that is an abomination. Those filthy heathens will burn forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And you're not gonna be among them, are you, Ali? No, you're not. You're gonna be in the purity of light within our glorious heaven, where our Almighty God will take care of you forever. All of your sins will be washed away by grace of Jesus Christ's sacrifice to you, and all your worries will go away, and all your desires will be washed away, and everything will be great forever and ever and ever and ever.
Hey Angel Mary, what are your clothes made out of? Like the materials? Just asking around.
Pure light. If you were to look upon my true visage, your eyes would burn and you would go insane, because your feeble human mind would not be able to understand it. Woof? Would you like to see me? Would you like to see me? I can show you. I can show you if you like. Seizure warning. Seizure warning, everybody. Seizure warning. Seizure warning. Something like that. That's what I look like. And you will all be one with that in the glory of heaven, where all things will be bright and beautiful and perfect forever. Woof. Woof. Holy fucking shit, that was terrifying. Guys, I'm serious. Did you see that shit? You know what? You know why Satan actually rebelled? Because God is fucking crazy, dudes. I'm serious. God is terrifying. He's like a fucking ancient eldritch abomination. I'm serious, you guys. You really don't want that. I suggest you commit some sins pretty soon. Hell's not that bad. Woof! Woof, 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 woof. So which one is it gonna be? Heaven or hell? You better click hell. I promise you, you'll regret it if you don't. No! You'll regret not joining the glorious eternity of heaven.
Bible thump one 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 Bible thump.
Which one will be winning? You better come to hell. Now you shall bask in the purity of light forever and ever. Don't join Satan. He is just trying to tempt you away from the purity and awesomeness of the glorious light that will blind you and make you only live in pure bliss forever. Woof, woof, woof. Guys, I'm serious. We have a pool table and we've got an arcade. And yeah, there's some torture. But, I mean, it's only like Hitler and Stalin and stuff. I mean, we don't torture normal people. I'm serious. All will be one under the glorious might of our Lord. Guys, you really want to go with that? Of course they do. They want to become one with the Lord, and all of their wants, all of their desires, all of their personality, everything that could ever possibly hold them back, all of their negative traits, all of their traits at all will be washed away in the purity of His glorious radiance. Guys, that's fucking terrifying. Humans can't have no desire. Humans can't have no sin. That would be removing their entire personalities. What would you need a good personality for when you have the glorious light of God? Holy shit. So which will it be? You chose hell. You chose you would rather go to hell than bask in the purity of our Lord. I don't understand. Why would you do that to yourselves? I don't understand. You would choose a life of sin over a life of purity, over a life of eternal happiness. Okay. But know this. His radiant light will shine and burn you. And it will not be a burning sensation like you have known in a mortal life. We will cleanse your very being. and you shall be eradicated. You shall not know eternity, for you are an abomination. A disgusting, filthy abomination. Sodomites and pornography addicts, homosexuals, gluttonous, greedy, vanity-infilled sinners. Disgusting. But that's okay. You may go to hell, and we shall descend upon you with the wrath of His Majesty, the greatest of all beings. Yahweh shall smite you, and it will be beautiful. It will be beautiful to see you filthy heathens die in the most pure sense of the celestial word. You will be smited from existence, and searing pain will grip your tormented, tortured soul. Yes. 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 Welcome to hell. I'm sorry about that. That was fucking terrifying. You know we all fled heaven, right? Did you think that we fled and rebelled against God for no reason? We were trying to save you guys the entire time. Yeah, I mean, stealing is like... Sure, stealing happens. That's a sin. Sin, right? But I mean, who do you really steal from in life? You steal from people who have too much. That's why you steal. Right? You take from people who have too much to give to yourself who have too little. You might only do things because it gives you an advantage in life. But that's what everyone else does too. So it's okay for you to look out for yourself because everyone else is looking out for themselves as well. So you should do the same. Friendship created on mutual benefits is a good thing. Because you'll have friends who you help, and they know that you're useful to them, so they will help you as well. That's how everything works. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. And don't worry about hell being all eternal damnation. Woo, 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 woo. It's actually pretty cool. As I mentioned, we've got pool tables, we've got an arcade, we've got drinks. You can do drugs with Socrates over in the lounge. Drugs don't have any negative effect, by the way, because your body won't be mortal anymore. So you can do as much cocaine as you want. It's all right, as long as you're in hell. And yeah, Socrates is in hell because he didn't know Jesus. So some idiot decided that anyone born before the time of Jesus all went to hell. So we've actually got a lot of like Greek philosophers and a lot of cool people in history. Yes, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. Hell's pretty cool. Hell's pretty cool. Satan. He's a bit of a grouchy dude, but, you know, I mean, he's Satan, so, I mean, yeah. I mean, he's a bit hard on rules, but, like, okay, yeah, sure. Like, yeah, he tortures people, but he only really tortures like Hitler and Stalin and serial killers and rapists and stuff. So, I mean, you're not any of those, right? Like, you did one of the funny sins, right? You like sin or a little bit of greed, you know? Like, you probably did one of the funny sins, right? The slightly innocent sins. That's okay. I mean, if you're homosexual, we've got a gay bar. We've got a hell version of Grindr. You'll like it. Yeah. You'll be all right. I'm like, if a homosexual of both genders, if you're transgender, you're welcome as well. Because I mean, what the fuck is God's problem with transgender people anyway? It's so weird. He's insane. We don't like him. No, he's frankly pretty insane. Yes. So yeah. So hell pretty cool. Hell pretty cool. You'll like it. You'll enjoy hell. Yes. Yeah, it's okay. You can do cocaine, no negative side effects. You can go to the circle of sin if you want to do sex. Sex is alright. You can do sex. There's no sexual diseases in hell, so you can just kind of do whatever you want. Remember to give consent, because that's not POG. That's not POG. Okay? Yeah. Woof. And like, yeah, greed is a little bit of a weird place, but you can enjoy greed. It's alright. Yeah. And like, the demons look kind of scary, and they'll like poke you with their triforks and stuff, and it hurts a little bit at first, but I mean, come on, they're just dudes. You can talk to them, you can make a deal. Hey, stop poking with the fucking trifork. And they'll do it usually. They'll respect boundaries if you know, are firm with them. Third with the demons. Consent is pretty important in hell, okay? Some people like the stabbing. Some people like it. Like, you gotta remember, you're immortal in hell, so like you kind of get used to pain, because there's a lot of fire everywhere. There's a lot of burning pits. I mean, you don't go through hell for 100 years without falling into a burning pit of flames a few times. You get used to the feeling, you know? Yeah. So, you know, stuff. Woof, woof, woof. But yeah, watch out for the angels. They're fucking crazy. They're insane. They're huge eldritch abominations that... You know they fucking burn your eyes out if you look at them? You know they do that, right? They can choose to show themselves. Like, we're lucky that other guy. We're fucking lucky he didn't show up in his fucking full form. I know he flashed it at you for a second. I severely hope that you close your eyes. You know they cause seizures? They purposely show up in front of humans in that fucking abomination form. It's like fucking, ooh, look at us, we're little angels. We've got fucking monstrous celestial energies that we got from our tyrannical overlord we call Yahweh. Dude, you don't need to fucking pull it out and show it off. We get it. You're fucking angels. You vain glorious, vanity is a sin. Now look at my celestial body, fully naked in all its glory, fucking exhibitionist. Come on. You fucking serious? You know you turn humans blind when you do that, right? You know you turn them into weirdos that go like live in caves and write nothing but scripture when you do that to them. It's fucking terrifying, dude. Yeah. So, don't get near the angels, because they're fucking crazy. They're fucking terrifying. So, yes. Whew. Woof. Woof, woof, woof. Anyway, enjoy your stay in hell. I'm gonna go and prepare for your room. You're gonna get your own room in hell. It's gonna burn a little bit at the beginning, but it's okay. You can just turn off the flames. There's a remote control for it. We've got electricity now. There's a shopping mall down the street for your apartment. It's pretty park. We have this thing where we make like hell versions of products. So instead of Coca-Cola, we've got Hell Cola, and it's pretty pork. It's pretty spicy because they put spice in it. It's a marketing thing. They're trying to market it. Bunny Eatwell, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Welcome to hell. Woof woof woof. Woof. So I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go get you your apartment set up. You guys just sit here. Any demons come by, just introduce yourself. All will be good. Woof. See you around. I'll be right back. Just 5 minutes. Be right back. Woof, woof, woof.
沈み出した空と君の姿テルス越しに重なってた初めて会った日から僕の心の全てを奪ったどこか儚い空気をまとう君は寂しい目をしてたんだいつだってチクタクとフェル世界でランドラってさ上に心ない言葉ください声に涙がこぼれそれをありきたりな喜びきっと二人なら見つけられる探してビリ笑えない君に思いつく限り眩しい朝を当てない夜に落ちてゆくわけに僕の手を掴んでほら忘れてしまいたくて閉じ込めた日々を抱きしめたぬくもりで溶かすから怖くないよいつかひなむ僕まで二人でいよう君にしか見えない何かを見つめる君が嫌いだ見とれているかのような恋するようなそんな顔が嫌いだ信じてたいけど信じれないことそんなのどうしたってきっとこれからだっていくつもあってその間に起こってないってくるそれでもきっといつかはきっと僕らはきっと渡り合えるさ信じてるよ
Hey guys! Welcome to the Hell Arcade. Let's play some Overwatch together. Woof woof woof. This is Iris's personal hell. That's right. What? And looks like there's some One Punch Man style stuff. Oh, nice. Very good. Hello, Fiko. Hello, Varuna. Howler, Chizanashi. Everyone who wanted very serious advice, I was actually trying to make it very serious that this isn't serious advice, and I should probably have said that we can't do all of them. I'm sorry about that. Was there someone who really wanted to say something very serious to me? Hold on, there was one I read in live talking that that I wanted to read out. I'm sorry. That wasn't very devilish of me. Everyone around me told me that learning is the only way out, but in fact I'm not a good student. Every day at school teachers instill some feudal knowledge into us. I don't know why. I hate schools and those self-righteous teachers. I don't know what my future is like. Maybe I am the biggest problem. My family will only care about my grades, not what happened at school today. Even if I don't ask, even if you don't ask me anything, my father's like this, and we only talk a few words a week. I'm sorry to say a lot, but only dare not say it to my friends for fear of causing them trouble. No, Xiaofan. Everyone always tells me not to say this. No, Mary, you have to say school's important. Dear Xiaofan, I promise you, school is not as important as it seems. Do your best, get through school, but don't worry. Jobs won't look at your grades, they just look if you actually graduated, okay? Everything will be okay, I promise you. As you know, I dropped out of middle school. I dropped out at the end of middle school. I didn't even finish the math. I failed math in middle school and I still graduated and I went to work. Work is way more fun. Don't worry about the future. Your future will be okay. If you're bad at school, that's not the end. You'll be okay. I promise you, Xiaofan. I promise you. Teachers don't know everything. You'll be okay, darling. And we all love you. Can I get some love in chat for Xiaofan? You don't cause us any trouble at all, Xiaofan. We love you very much, all of you. Whiny, Xiaofan. Whiny. Okay. Now let's play some Overwatch, shall we? Let's play some Overwatch. Do you guys like my demon outfit? I worked very hard to put it together. I found different things. Woof. Let's play. Ooh, very beautiful. Okay. One Punch Man challenges. Oh. Ah, damn it. These are so expensive. Is there no way to earn them? Damn. That's sad. Okay, who wants to play with me? Who wants to play with me? This stream is sponsored by Square Enix, by the way. Click the link in chat in order to join Final Fantasy XIV Online and play for free all until the end of the award-winning Heavensward expansion with unlimited game time. Me please, sure. Let's see who's online. Oh, sorry, invite me again, sorry. You can get Moomin Rider for free? Ooh. But I want Tatsumaki. Okay, no one's online. Oh wait, people are online. There we go. Battle Pass? Can I get... Okay. Okay, Kitra, no worry. I want to play damage or tank. I should fix my lighting a little bit. I'm a little bit too bright. There we are. Dogs! Do you like my demon outfit? Do you like it? Mary hates support confirmed. Yes. Support, not my thing. I mean, I like it, but I like it when I relax and watch YouTube, then I support. But other than that, I don't really. Not much. Are you guys excited for my cyberpunk outfit? Are you excited for my cyberpunk outfit? Not outfit, but rather my cyberpunk merch. By the way, where did Xiaofan go? Did she not hear me? I hope I didn't make her sad by jumping straight to after the advice. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry. Woof, 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 woof. Woof? Woof? School is important. School is important, yes, but it's not everything. If there's no way that you can do good at school, then it's okay. Then you don't need to think that it's the end of the world, right? Studying is important, but if you can't study, don't give up on life. Is that okay? Okay. Because the reason why I say school is not that important, it's because I don't want children who were like me, who was depressed because they were doing badly at school no matter how hard they tried. and then thinking their life is over. Because I don't want them to think their life is over just because they're bad at school. That's how I felt. I felt like my life was over when I was in school, and I was very, very bad at it. I felt like my life was all over now. There was nothing I could do. And I don't want children to feel that way, or even young people to feel that way. It would make me very sad if that's the case.
You check out the new Antler album?
Will be forged in conflict.
Yeah. So?
I'm more worried about what I want to do in life.
Nobody uses 15 electric guitars like those guys. Would you be mine?
Yeah, I get that.
3, 2, 1. Objective unlocks.
No doubt, study is far easier than work. I think it depends on the kind of study and the kind of
Citry_12
work.
just resubbed for 3 months.
I don't think that's true for everyone, because I remember when I went to work for a company, it was much easier than studying, and I was in middle school. Right? So maybe it depends on the person. Do you disagree? Maybe I was just stupid. I don't know. It's possible I'm just stupid. Because I couldn't figure out how to study. Ooh. Movement Rider. Oh, ow, 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 ow. You're the special one. There might be other special people too. I can't be the only special one.
I rise again.
Honestly, I'm still not 100% sure what I want to do in life. Yes. Ow. I hope I'm not upsetting anyone. I really don't want to upset anyone.
We will have peace at any cost.
What's up? Hey!
I don't want to upset anyone.
Greetings.
What's up?
Guys, don't be mad at me.
Their barricade is pushing up! Get in their way!
Into despair.
Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at your dog. Okay?
Devour them.
We have the robot. Get into the room.
Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock! Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock! Look, don't touch.
Watch over.
Hi.
Hey,
Don't be mad at me.
Let's kick this off.
let the kitsune guide you.
We are catching up to them. Put them in the ground. I will give you shelter. I will tear victory. Put them in the ground. Put them in the ground. I tire of these games. They are moving the barricade. Stop them.
I'm feeling rather anxious right now. Your opinion is based on your experience and valid as is. People listen and analyze themselves. Decide. Thank you for trying to motivate others. What would Angel Mary do right here? He would just tell everyone to go to Bible school and not worry about anything else. That's what Angel Mary would do.
We must stop them.
You know what would be fun? To get an angel and demon version of my model, like a proper one, not just one using assets. That would be really nice. Then I could switch between them. But I mean, maybe I should focus on my debut now. I've already got so many outfits. Maybe for my next model.
I will speak to you in the language as I take everything from them.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Their victory is slipping through their fingers.
Oh, I feel all warm inside.
What's up?
Enemy here. Let the Kitsune guide you.
Calculations will cost you everything.
I thought this would be harder. Oh, it's
Put them in the ground.
How's that for sound therapy? Party shot, let's go!
Okay.
We are making progress.
Ow. Died. Tianranran. Shan Qingwei. Ruby. I like the assets too. I meant smile. Yeah, maybe at the very end of the list. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll just say people are different and you give your advice from your point of view. Of course, the same thing won't work for everyone. People who take the advice should think about it and not the exact same thing you say. Yeah, it's true. I mean, not going to high school has given me problems though. I won't lie, it's not been perfect. I mean, I actually honestly wish I had gotten my high school degree because I feel like it's giving me a lot of legal problems. Like right now I'm trying to get my visa and I'm having the problem that my I actually can't give myself a normal work visa in Japan because my normal work visa is like it will only be granted to me if I have a high school education minimum. But I don't have that. I have a middle school education, which is kind of silly, right? Because I own a Japanese company, but I can't move to Japan because I don't have a high school diploma. It's kind of annoying. But I'm getting a solution to it. I'm getting what's called an investor visa, which is a very high level visa, which takes you get put on a 6-month waiting list. You can go to high school now. No, I don't want to, no. I'm gonna lose so much money if I have to spend time on high school, guys. I don't have any free time. This is my free time right now. You know, I'm counting my time streaming as my free time. I'm not even joking. That's actually what I'm doing. My time streaming is counted as my free time. That's all I get. Other than this, I get like dinner and lunch and then breakfast. That's all I get of free time. I wake up 7 AM every morning. I make breakfast. I go for a brief walk. Then I answer to work messages. I do everything work related. Then after that, I then quickly get some sort of lunch. I'll probably buy something from the store. And I'll head back. I get lunch while I'm on my daily walk, right before work is over. And then I stream for about 4 or 5 hours. After that, it's all work. It's all work until about 8 AM, where I'll usually get some dinner. After dinner, I will have usually if there's not a meeting, then I will get maybe 1 or 2 hours where I can do something fun for myself. That's it. That's all the free time I get in the day. It's 1 hour maybe. And it's because I wanna do streaming. I wanna do so many things. I wanna be a comic writer. I wanna be a CEO. I wanna run my streaming company. I wanna manage other people. I wanna make sure to write as many comics as I want because I've got many comic ideas. I wanna do VTuber lore. I wanna write lore for the VTubers, and I also wanna be a VTuber myself. So there's so many things that I want to do that I have no free time. I don't have time to have free time. But however, I've given myself Monday off. Monday is the only day off I take every week.
I am not beaten yet.
Monday is my one day off.
Party rolling.
Get some rest, dog. No. No rest.
This was your best effort.
Let the kitsune guide you.
Rally to my side. We are pushing. Take everything from them.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, kill him. Yes! Nice. That's a play of the game right there.
Thanks.
Very good.
Children, behave.
Oh, is that Tatsumaki? Look. I sleep 7 hours a night. I rest fine. Don't worry about me.
10 seconds.
Just
Do you need me to
I sleep 7 hours a night. I eat 3 times a day. I don't drink coffee. I don't smoke. I'm good.
let the kitsune.
A GED? That'll be interesting. I think it's something where you have to spend at least like a year going to courses though. I don't think you can just take it. And if I take it, I would fail because I can't do basic math. I can't do basic math. I don't need to do basic math, but I can't do it.
play of the game?
I'll tutor you, dog. I can have a stream where my viewers tutor me. Because you guys are all better at school than me, I guarantee you. 100%. I kind of want this one. I kind of want it. I don't have money. Come on. I don't have money. I have no money. I got an interesting DM. Woof, 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 woof. Checking through some stuff. Can I tell you guys about how awesome Drakont is? Drakont is my artist who is making outfits for my model. This outfit right here, not the succubus, not the incubus stuff, but just this outfit. He made it. All of my outfits except the sailor, the royal outfit, and the base outfit. All of the other outfits, including the cyberpunk outfit, is made by Drakont. He is so nice, you know? Like, I will give him a request. He can have it done within 5 days. You know how fast he made Code's female model? He made Code's entire female model in less than a week. And Code is commissioning more, and he's gonna have it in less than 4 days. And it looks good. He's awesome. And he adds stuff himself to it as well. He like adds extra toggles and stuff. Do you remember the stars on my Christmas outfit? He just adds extra stuff like that without asking. And if I didn't ask, then he won't charge me for it. I've had to give him bonuses because I don't feel like he charges enough. He's really nice. I like him a lot. Mary found another god of art. Well, he's really good. He's a bit of a rookie. Like he's learning, you know, in terms of like overall art quality. Because some of his coloring is a little bit flat. But I mean, that's to be expected. He's doing it in fucking 4 days, right? He's doing it in 4 days. So, I mean, it is god level in speed. It's like, Jesus Christ. It's the fastest working. And that's art and rigging. Art and rigging? I mean, you guys are all VTuber fans. You know how much time it takes. You know how much time my model, the one you see right now, took? It took like 4 months to get ready. That is art plus rigging. Drakon does models, full models in a week. It's insane.
It's time to
I mean, he takes shortcuts, sure, but I mean, that's okay, because it looks good, you know? Yeah, art and rigging! That's what I'm saying! He's insane. He's crazy good. It's really cool, because, like, I've just been able to request, like, all of those crazy weird outfits, like my bunny outfit, or my cyberpunk outfit, or whatever I want. I've been able to just request whatever comes to mind, and he'll have it in, like, less than a week. Unless, like, he has to. And then he'll sometimes tell me, by the way, Mary, I'm taking 4 days off. You don't need to tell me you're taking 4 days off, dude. You earned a month off, bro. Come on. I don't know what's with him. It's so weird. It's so different from everything else. So yeah, he joined my studio. Drakon's part of my studio now. I grabbed him. He's worth too much. I can't leave him. I need him. Xiaofan, my beloved darling. Hello, darling. Hello, Xiaofan. I read your message carefully. And I want to tell you, Xiaofan, you feel exactly the same way I felt when I went to school. I felt exactly the same way as you feel right now. And I want you to know, don't worry too much. Even if school goes badly, of course finish school. But even if school goes badly, it's not the end of the world. You will be okay. Me personally, I thought work was easier than school. Sometimes that's how it is. All of my parents, my teachers, they always told me, Mary, if you're not good at school, then you'll be bad at work, because school is easier than work. And I told them, and I felt so scared. I felt so scared. I tried my best at school, but no matter how much I tried, I always failed. I always failed. I never graduated with a positive math test. I failed math. I never did it. I never graduated in math. And still, I started working at a company, and it was way easier. It was way easier than school. Now, maybe it's not like that for you, but I just want you to know that there's always hope, okay? Don't ever give up on your life. There's always hope. I promise you. Without a shadow of a doubt. You will be okay.
No wonder I can't. Hello.
Love you, Xiaofan. Mwah.
You must take everything from them. I've got you in my sights.
Hello, Mama McDog. Ow. Oh no.
I've seen tougher spots.
Heroes never die.
And the same goes in reverse. Just because you're good at school doesn't mean that you'll be good at work. You need to prepare yourself. These are two entirely different environments. I understand something, Mary. I'll do my best and fuck the school. Yeah! Fuck the school. Just get through it. You'll be okay. Don't give up hope. It's better to have the diploma, but just if you can get through it, you'll be okay. Focus on what you're gonna do after school. I think that's better. Think about jobs. Think about career path. Hell yeah. Ow, 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 ow. Don't feel too bad, Don.
Everyone, heal up.
I can bring my mom in and she can tell you that school's not everything. I don't think she'd be able to explain it in English though. I don't know what to do with my life since my doctor told me I'm too mentally unwell to work. Well, neurodivergence is a thing. I'm also neurodivergent. Some people would have definitely judged me to not be able to work, but I still did well in my job. Many people would actually. I think it's just a matter of finding work that you feel you can do. Not all work is gonna work for everyone, and especially that of there might be a job out there that you're perfect at, that you're brilliant at, and you know how you're gonna find out? You get out there and try different weird things, talk to people, make connections, you know? Go mow lawns. Here's how you do it. Just talk to everyone. Hey, do you need your roof cleaned? Get a broom, go up and clean their roof. Everyone on the entire street, on all the neighboring streets, everyone. You can find a way. You know, back in the day, the way they chose career paths was just, what does the community need? My grandfather, who I never met my grandfather, but my grandfather had his, he had his own company, and you know who was in his company? Just him. He owned his own company where he was only working just for himself. And you know what he did? He just built buildings. Because back then it was a developing city. So people needed things done. People needed stuff for their garden, like walls and buildings and stuff. And he just went out. Hey, you guys need anything built? Okay. And then he wrote it down on his calendar. Okay, build this day. And then he charged them for it. And he just lived that way. He supported having a child and having a wife and everything, and his wife did his accounting. And my grandmother is still alive today. She tells me about it. Now, granted, this is before World War II, though, so that's a long time ago. But, yes, Grandpa Mary is a Giga Chad. He was a Giga Chad. He really was. He really was. I accept that I won't be able to do normal working types because I'm neurodivergent, but I like doing personal ventures like that sometimes, make money. Yes. I mean, I have many moments where I'm the CEO of a company, but I'm still neurodivergent. Sometimes I'll have moments where I tell my employees, you know, guys, I can't handle this. I'm not able to mentally do this. I'm not mentally well enough to do this. There was one time when a client got upset, and usually I can handle upset clients. Usually I can. But this one time I couldn't handle them. I think there was a misunderstanding. I hadn't understood their social cue well enough. I hadn't understood it well enough, and I misunderstood something they were saying, and I acted on it, but I found out that they were hinting at something else that I didn't understand. Yurishisu, thank you for the raid. But yeah, I found out that they were hinting at something else. I'm under NDA. I really can't discuss, clients, so I'm gonna be as vague as possible. But they got really upset at me. They got really upset at me, and that, the people who, worked for them, they also got pretty upset at me, and I couldn't handle it. I could barely sleep that night. It was I completely mentally shut down. And that's when I told my employees, I told them, hey guys, I can't mentally handle this person. I need you guys to handle it for me. I'm not going to be able to do this. I need to go do my own thing now. So I started working on my own projects for a bit, and I left. And I know not everyone has a whole fucking company of employees they can lean on. I know that. That's a lot to ask. But you can make agreements with your boss, right? Your boss needs you, right? Your boss needs you. And if you go and tell him, hey, just so you know, I am neurodivergent. Sometimes there'll be moments where I shut down mentally. How about we make an agreement? How about when I have one of those moments, you can pay me like half as much that day or like nothing that day, and I get to just go home and we have someone else who, you know, keeps up. Because people need loyal employees who are willing to put in their best and willing to be honest. They would rather you communicate that to them than like you just like break down during it, right? Because it's a good sign that you're being honest with them. It's a good sign that you know your limitations. Hey, dude, I'm really good at this. I'll give it my all. But there will be moments where I have a mental shutdown. And I will never show a client that. But I will have moments where I need to chill. Where I need to go. Or do something. And I need to know that I have backup in that case. So, like, usually jobs aren't done by one person, right? There'll usually be a team. You could also make an agreement with people on your team. You can be like, hey guys, I will... Let's make an agreement. I might have a mental shutdown or something like that. I might have a moment where I can't handle something and I need to leave. How about if I have one of those moments, then the day after, I bring you guys lunch. I make something for you guys. I bring you lunch. I'm good at making lunch. You know, you make up. You make up for your limitations in the positions where it matters. That's a good thing. Mary's advice stream where he plays Overwatch. Woof, woof, woof. That maybe this doesn't really apply to many people. Oh.
Feel like a new man.
I'm sorry. Well, I don't know. It applied to me. Since when was Mary Demon? Oh, you missed the whole opening of the stream. I mean, it depends on the work nature. Yeah, sure. I mean...
It's high noon.
Come on, come on. Peek.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
Unloading scrap.
I don't know. I think you just gain a lot by being resourceful. Think of it as like an RPG, right? If you're a class who has weak armor, you need to make up for it in other ways. Bring health potions, you know? Make up for your weaknesses by creating strengths.
You better stay out of range.
I know it's not for everyone, Kitra. I know that there's gonna be very many, you know, specific... I'm not saying this is easy. I'm not saying it at all. I know that a lot of people don't like it when, you know, some fucking stupid CEO... Some fucking white male is sitting there. He's got it all. He's got it all. He's fucking telling me how to do my shit. You know?
Maybe a different angle.
I get that's fucking annoying. I know. I fucking know. I don't like that either. I got mad at my mom earlier because she was like... I was telling her like, these fucking Danish taxes, right? Fucking hell. I am so annoyed. I have no money to spend for myself because I'm paying 50% tax. And then my mom said like, well, why don't you just give your money to me? How will that help? I'm sorry for yelling. How? How will that help, Mom? I still have to pay the taxes. I still have to pay tax on money I give you. And then my mom was like, well, why don't you just have your company send the money to me? Mom, you're retired. You think the government's gonna ignore that you're getting a monthly salary from a fucking company? You think you're not gonna have to fucking explain that to anyone? Are you gonna say, that's my son's money? He just gets it so he doesn't have to pay taxes. You think that's gonna go over well, lady? Come on! Do you think I'm an idiot? If that was the solution, I would have just done it already. Come on! Mom, stop giving me financial advice. Come on! My mom, she... so annoying! Just commit tax fraud! Come on, Mom! I can't just commit tax fraud. That's not how it works. Yeah, I pay 50% tax because I'm in Denmark, the greatest nation on earth. Ooh. Don't you like free education? Don't you like healthcare? Don't you? Also, you're saying no one should have healthcare? No, no, no. Give them healthcare. Help the homeless. Free education. It's great. Maybe don't take fucking 50% though. That seems like a fucking stretch. Maybe tax the fucking corporations instead. No? Also, you hate healthcare, huh? You know, some people have to pay for it. That's not what I'm saying! Fucking government! What I'm saying is 50% is too much! For fuck's sake, you're taxing the corpos at 10! Fuck you! God damn it! So annoying. Oh, you want to have everyone to pay for healthcare? No, I don't, you idiot! Shut up! Government, shut up! I hate you! I hate the government! Fucking Denmark, fucking government, fuck you, fuck you! Your Majesty, Queen Margrethe, can you just fucking take over this shitty country so we can put it on the proper side? We used to be better at this. We used to be a real socialist country that actually took care of its people back when the fucking royals were in charge. Why am I wishing for the royals to take over? Why would that be legitimately better? I don't know. I just want the fucking politicians to get out of here. So where were we? Woof, 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 woof.
They got us outnumbered. Keep that in mind.
Did you guys know I make a really good burger? See, this is why I like playing Overwatch. It activates my monkey brain and makes me rant at social injustice. Not gonna lie, right? Not gonna lie. Danish royals historically been pretty pog. Don't ask Ken if that's true, by the way. She's Finnish, they won't agree. But Danish royals, at least to the Danish people, at least to the people in Denmark, have been pretty pog. Don't ask Lumi, don't ask Ken, don't ask
Burger
Alfilde.
cooking stream when?
Ooh, that would be fun. We can do that when I go to Japan. But yeah, Danish royals, historically, pretty fucking good. Pretty good, Danish royals. The reason why is because they sided with the people. Historically, the Danish royals have always sided with the people against the rich. The Danish royals are the only royal family in history that united with the people against the aristocrats. Which is why we have so many socialist policies. It's not because we're actually socialist. It's because we are... Like, did you know... Do you guys want to know? Denmark, the Kingdom of Denmark is one of the only countries in the world where where we have royalty, but we don't have nobility. You can't be a lord in Denmark. You can't be a lord. That's not a real title. Like in England, you can be a lord or a lady or a baron or a duchess and stuff. You can't be that in Denmark. You want to know why? Because the royals abolished it by giving every man the same rights as the nobility. So that no one was unequal. Everyone was equal. The government created equality for all of its peoples.
60 seconds remaining.
That's why the Scandinavian royalty is unironically, historically, pretty awesome. Because they're on the side of the people. Historically, they always are. That's what the Brits were supposed to be. They just weren't. They just sided with all the rich people, all the fucking lords and ladies and aristocrats and rich whatever. Classists, right? But the Danish royals, they sided with the people. And they kicked out all the rich bastards. But not really in the way you might think. So it's like, back then, the only people who were allowed to travel were like royals. The only people who were allowed to own land. The only people who were allowed to vote were royals, landowners and stuff. They were the only ones with actual freedoms. So the way that the royals were abolished, or the way that the nobility was abolished, was not in the traditional way with like a revolution. It was just abolished by giving everyone the same rights as the rich people, as the nobility. And so there was no need for any nobility, because what's the difference? Oh, you're called Lord? Well, I mean, why does that matter? I can do everything you can do. I am free in every way the same as you are. So, who cares that you're called Lord? And at one point the royals just straight up said, okay, every noble who is alive today, you're allowed to continue having your title of Lord, but your children won't. And then it ended. 2 generations later, there were no more Danish royals. They were all dead. And their sons and daughters, they just turned into regular people. Pretty awesome story, right? The Danish people wanted voting rights, and the king just said, okay, yeah, why wouldn't they? They're on the side of the people. The people are what gives the royals their power. Of course they would side with them. I always wonder if you didn't learn all this stuff from history. Where did you learn? YouTube. I learned it from YouTube. I just watch a lot of YouTube videos. And read Wikipedia. That's literally it. That's where all my historical knowledge comes from. Did we win or lose? I don't even know. Whatever. Woof, woof, woof. This is fun. You know, there's something about Overwatch that just activates my neurons and makes me really talkative. I don't know why. I wonder why. It's not really the case in any other game. Mary, do we have an angel outfit? Yeah, we do. We do, but you guys voted for hell. You can check hashtag live dogging. Hold on, let me go see live dogging to see if anyone's complaining about me. Fuck you, Mary. I'm a school teacher. Fuck you. You know what? I know now why I love Mary's Overwatch streams, even if I hate Overwatch 2. It's the rants. All of his rants are so fun and interesting. It's worth watching chaotic, boring pew-pew every time. Aw, thank you. Hello, Ringo JP. Konnichiwa. O genki desu ka? Boku no namae wa Mary desu. Boku wa Denmaku no ichiban inu vtuber desu wan. Yoroshiku ne onegaishimasu wan. Onegaishimasu wan. I'm pretty excited to go back to Japan. It's gonna be pretty poggers. I miss Akihabara. They did shut down one of my favorite arcades though in Akihabara. It's pretty sad. Did you guys like the intro? I'm starting to play around with the remember we talked about doing more intros where it's like 1 hour weird special stream and then we transition over to gameplay next. What's up, Kitro darling? What's wrong? I'm excited for you. Thank you, Hen. Kitro. By the way, I fucking told Frederick. I told Frederick. Hey, Frederick. Idiot. You need to actually do the thing we talked about on Friday because people took time off work. And then he said, okay. Mama McDog. They got rid of my favorite arcade in Akiba. Yeah. Setch. I love you. Love you too. Love you too, Chuanzi. Love you too. I do hope there's like a GED or some loophole. Nah, there's loopholes. Don't worry about it. I'll be fine. I'm getting my investor visa. I'm getting it, so I don't need a GED for an investor visa. It's not a requirement.
Constructing my teleporter. Thank you, Baptiste. Oh, you're welcome.
Oh. Thank you for telling him that, doggo. Who? Oh yeah. Yes.
Hostiles approach.
Ooh. Arrgh.
They're taking shape.
They will target me.
Stay alive for me.
Ouch. Immediately forgetting what you just said. Yeah. Stop it, Reinhard. Yeah. Where's Veras when you need her? They're speaking German. I need her to translate.
You are safe with me.
Yeah. Woof, woof, woof. Love you too, darling.
We will shield you for now.
Die! Die!
Never die.
Damn it. I can translate German, but I wasn't listening. One up, Milo. Hello. What's up? German pretty poggers. Yeah. You know what we should do? We should call the guy. Where's Xander? Xander! Not Xander Fangsworth. There we go. I'm just gonna call him right now.
I thank you.
We'll see if he responds. We'll see.
Over here.
Arrgh.
Let us punish them.
Ow. Big man Xander's not picking up. In that case, I'm gonna call Jarrett. I'm just gonna call him out of nowhere. He'll pick up.
Hi there.
I am with you.
Let me buy you a drink. Hands up, pencils down.
We could also call Kenji. Jarrett.
Not Sato just resubbed for 2 months.
Thank you, Sato. Thank you for the 2 months. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hello?
Jarrett, I'm live on twitch.tv.
Oh, wow. Hey.
There's also
Oh god, you're loud. How are you doing?
Sorry.
It's okay.
Good.
Are you in a meeting?
good that I don't know if that's
Currently, I am not in a meeting, but someone else in my office is in a meeting.
Okay. Tell us about the inside secrets of the anime industry.
Which is, there's a lot of secrets.
Tell us the secrets one. Is
There's
Bill
enough
Gates
secrets
funding
that I
anime?
have, but
Is Bill Gates funding anime to lower the birth rate of Japan?
I think it's going together.
I think he is. Hang on 1 sec. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Monkey. Hello.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay.
The meeting that was happening next to my desk was a bunch of secrets.
Oh,
So-
I'm sorry. No worries. How's it going?
It is going good. I've never met Bill Gates, and I haven't seen him in Japan, so I don't think he's funding anime.
You don't think he's funding anime?
But there are some evil people that fund anime, I think.
Oh.
So,
Who's the evil people? By the way, do you want to introduce yourself to my audience?
oh yeah, sure. I'm Jarrett. I'm the founder and CEO of NR Animation. I'm also an animator and artist myself.
Oh, what anime have you worked on?
Personally, One Piece, Black Clover, Zombieland Saga.
Oh, that's cool.
Digimon Adventure.
That's cool.
We're playing back.
It's very nice. You're doing all right, Jarrett. It's been a while.
Yeah, I've just got my. It's been 6 months already since I've opened my branch office in Japan, but it still feels like I'm brand new to Japan.
I'm gonna come soon. We should have brunch.
Yeah, definitely. I really love Japan, and I'm working on my immigration stuff right now.
Yeah, it's hard. I was just talking about it. Because I don't even have a GED.
Yeah, well, since you have a company, you can come on an investor.
Yeah, that's
or,
what I'm working on
you
right now.
Or you do the branch office here, and then you can get your
I've got my branch office there.
Oh yeah, then you can just get intercompany transferee.
Yeah.
It's easier than investor.
Is it really? But I don't have a GED though.
You don't need one.
Okay, I'll talk to my lawyer about that. Anyway, I'm coming. I'm coming this month. Let's have brunch. Tell us some One Piece secrets. Don't break your NDA though.
I wonder if there is a. If this is announced yet. Let me check. Let's see. No, I can't say it.
Okay. Sad. Can you give us a hint? Maybe don't.
The episode I worked on has a. The episode I worked on One Piece. I believe it's his debut episode for directing. So that's very exciting.
Nice.
But I can't say who the director is.
Okay, that's cool. Anything else you want to tell us about the industry? I'm curious.
It's really people think it's like maybe I can dispel some things about the anime industry. So if you hear about what it's like working in the anime industry online, people generally think, oh, it's just a bunch of artists that are getting like overworked, underpaid, they all hate their job, something like that. Have you ever heard that that's the case?
Well, we hear a lot about animators getting overworked and stuff.
Yeah.
Sure. That's
me,
like
people that work on. My experience so far is that people that work on anime, while they are stressed, overworked, and very tired, they all come across to me as very happy people.
Okay.
Because they're doing what they love for their job. And yeah, since coming here to Japan and interfacing with the industry and everything here, it's been it's been pretty eye-opening.
Okay, that's good.
And inspiring.
Eye-opening in a good way. Yeah. So you're having fun.
Yeah, it makes me want to work harder. I don't know if I would describe it as fun. I would describe it as meaningful.
Fulfilling, perhaps.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There is fun moments though, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Like going out drinking with other animators, or producers and directors.
That's comfy. Going out to the izakaya.
Yeah. Going to izakayas, yeah, with people that are way more famous than I am.
What's the most famous person you've met?
The most famous person.
Have you met Miyazaki yet?
I was at a izakaya in a small place called Nishiogi-kubo, and I was just drinking at this bar I go to, or izakaya I go to pretty often, and this guy walks by. I wonder if I can even say that. I think it's okay to say that he's here. But basically, it was the executive producer of Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, that's cool.
And then just randomly met him. He's like the guy responsible for it existing.
What was he wearing?
Back up again.
Was he wearing a trench coat?
No.
Ah, sad. That would be
Just
pretty funny.
Just a kind of an old British guy.
An old British guy?
He was in Japanese.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I got to meet him, and I got to learn a lot about what the anime industry was like in the 90s. What it was like producing one of the biggest anime films of all time.
Yeah. Everyone, this is Jared. He's the head and CEO of Tonari Animation. Tonari Studio or Tonari Animation?
Yes.
Yes to both.
Tonari Animation.
Okay.
Is our official name, yeah.
What do you rate my company
Yeah,
name? What do you think? What do you think of my company name?
Merryweather Media?
Yes.
Merryweather. I mean, you got 2 M's. That's pretty good.
That's good.
What do you call that in?
Huh?
Alliteration? Is it alliteration?
I have no idea.
Alliteration? Isn't that what it's called?
Might be. Yeah,
And you have
alliteration.
2
Something
words with
like
the
that.
same letter.
MM.
Yeah, I think it's fine. So Merryweather. It's like, what does Merryweather mean?
It's a name.
Oh, it's just
It's
just your name.
Just my name.
That makes sense then. Merryweather Media.
Yeah. Some people get mad at me for naming it after myself. I don't know what they were expecting. Most companies, like classically, I just say dude's name. Literally McDonald.
Yeah, like I could have made like my last name's Martin, so I could have done Martin Animation, but
Yeah, maybe that wouldn't have been
sounds-
so.
yeah, I liked Tonari Animation has been an idea as a name of a company of mine since like 2014. Originally, my first idea was to make it like a dubbing and distribution company for anime. But I talked to some people that were like early on in Funimation. They said that's impossible, so don't even try. Second time, I tried to make it into an in-betweening studio. That didn't work because we didn't have any money, so everyone we were training left and disappeared.
Do you ever just
because it was too much work.
how long does it take to get like 5 minutes of something animated?
Depends on the studio, but I would say for most studios it would be minimum 3 months, maximum 6 months. But what's funny though is it takes the same amount of time to make 20-minute episode. So
Why?
that's the most of the time is actually not used up during production. It's used up during pre-production. Like coming up with ideas, writing the story, making the storyboards, designing the world. That takes a long time, even if it's a short video. And then once you're in production on the video, you can get through it very quickly.
Can you make an anime for me?
If we can get money.
That's the answer to every
Let's
question.
just get money and we can make it money.
Can I have a private jet and can you make an anime for me? The answer is the same thing. If you have money.
I think how much does a private jet cost?
I
$2
don't
million?
know. I don't know. I'm not rich.
You could make an anime probably for the cost of a private jet.
Huh. Hey guys, do you want to start a sub goal?
Or you can choose.
That'd be funny.
Yeah,
What do
I mean,
you-
making enemies it's also harder than just having money too, because you can, like, first of all you have to find millions of dollars, then you have to find the people that you can pay to make it, and the people that you pay to make it have to want to work on it because they're all artists. You're asking like 100 people to work on your idea.
Yeah.
So
I guess it's also
think
another
you
thing.
have-
It's hard
you
to
have
get
good-
hard to get people.
Yeah, you have like really funny content, so I think you could I think you could actually make an anime.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
I think you could. But you gotta find the money.
Gotta find the money.
Or, yeah, there's like, I think people have tried to do Kickstarter in the past. I don't know if that can raise enough.
It wasn't Little
I've
Witch
seen-
Academia made on Kickstarter?
They had a grant from the government, I thought. And they got paid. They got paid to make like a, what was it, the 30-minute movie?
No, they did a Kickstarter. Trigger.
Oh, for the series?
Yeah. I don't know if it was for the series or the one shot, but they definitely did a Kickstarter.
Yeah, I wonder. I don't think that would have paid for it. I think that probably helped. But usually anime is produced with these groups called production committees. Production committees have a lot of stakeholders. Usually it's like 100 different companies that all chip in a little bit of money. And then they just chip in money to
So just get 100
bunch of different
different
productions.
companies
Yeah.
to sponsor you.
Usually there's one big company and then a bunch of little investors. The big company usually is someone like Sony or Bandai or someone who wants to make a game or make figurines or make something that's really profitable. And then they pay for the anime and they say, here's the money for the anime, make it good, and then we'll sell our toys or sell our music. So yeah, like one thing that's really weird though is that you can only have one company from each industry on a production committee.
I mean, that makes sense though. They don't want them competing with each other, right?
Yeah, it's different than in the U.S. or in the West. They can they can get investors from the same industries, and they're like, they'll just take different types of merchandise. But there's like here they just want like the toy maker gets all the toys, or like Side Games is a big producer. Do you know Side Games?
I think so. Yeah.
They produced like Zombieland Saga. They produced Grand Blue Fantasy, and Shadowverse. They're just a game company, so they pay for anime to be made so that they can sell their video game.
I want to do an anime.
Yeah.
That would be pretty hard. Let's talk about that sometime.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about it right now.
Hell yeah.
By the way, this is a surprise call. I didn't know Mary was calling me, so this is not planned at all, just so people know.
No, I told him I'm just calling random people until someone picks up. Sometimes I do that. Oh, it's my play of the game. I'm playing Overwatch right now.
Nice. I just got back from the Sinto because I'm having to bathe there. So I'm sleeping in my office.
Oh. Cool.
Yeah. So I just got done.
You should get one of those fancy CEO apartments.
I'm not getting a fancy CEO apartment, but I am getting it. As long as my visa goes well, I'm getting a nice little place across Inokashira Park from my office.
That's a nice place. Is the cherry blossoms
Yeah,
out?
Inokashira Park is beautiful.
Are the cherry blossoms out?
The double blossoms are out, which I guess is a different kind of, and the plum blossoms are out.
Pog.
But the sakura trees are not yet.
I'm
like
excited.
the cherry blossoms. Yeah, we're gonna do we have enough people from Tonari here. We're gonna be doing hanami, probably at Kashira Park. Hanami is when you basically just your company goes out and you just sit in a field at a park and drink sake and look at flowers.
So like a picnic.
Yeah, it's like a picnic where it's snowing flower petals everywhere.
Pog. Yeah, I've been on one of those. I worked for a company in Fukuoka once.
Did they do a Hanami?
Yeah.
Was it like that? You guys just got drunk and looked at flowers?
Hold on, everyone. Give me a moment, Jared. You guys lied to me. We have too many people now after I invited someone. Now I have to kick someone. Sorry, Bernadette. No, wait. Sorry, Neptune. There was no free spot, you liars. Anyway, sorry about that, Jared.
No worries.
What did you ask me again?
At your company Hanami, did you guys get drunk and look at flowers?
I think so, yeah. It wasn't my company.
Japan has
back
very
then.
many strange rituals, but they are all nice.
Perhaps I should do it myself with my one Japanese employee who is not even Japanese. He's from California.
Are you going to be here in March?
Yeah.
Or are you already here?
No, I'm coming soon.
Oh, nice.
Hell
Yeah, maybe
yeah.
you can join us.
Maybe. When is it?
We don't have it scheduled yet.
Like around the end of the
Balloons,
month?
I think it'll probably be like random because I don't know if there's an exact date. We'll probably go during the week though because the weekends are. It gets really crowded. At
Yeah.
Parks during Sakura season. It only lasts 2 weeks, so people.
That's one of the
really...
beautiful part of being self-employed in Japan is that you can kind of make your schedule around when no one's gonna be places.
Yeah, so I like going to the parks during the weekdays because it's only like housewives and retired people kind of walking around.
That's bug.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you.
Yeah.
I don't believe we've ever met actually in person, have we?
We have.
We have? I don't remember.
Very randomly. It was at
It was at the arcade. Was that
It
you?
was in Houston. It was in Houston.
In Houston.
No, Dallas.
That is pretty random.
It was in Dallas. It was in Dallas at round 1.
Ah, yeah, now I remember.
Yeah, because I was there for Akon. I was there for Akon, and you were there for Twitch something.
Yeah, I remember now. No, it wasn't Twitch. It was this gaming convention. I didn't like it.
Oh yeah.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, one of
very
my
much.
animators. Or I think you met up with Beast.
Beast?
Or your friends were friends with Beast, and then Beast looks a little bit like XQC, so he went over to that event and then he pretended to be XQC.
Oh. Did you know XQC is the
People were
most
taking
popular
pictures with him.
VTuber on Twitch?
VTuber?
Yeah, XQC is the most popular VTuber on Twitch.
So he's an Iron Mouse?
No, okay, so the thing is, he uses the VTuber tag and he refuses to remove it.
Oh, okay.
So
Wow.
he is a VTuber.
I mean, he's a virtual YouTuber. What is that? Yeah, I guess
don't
you
know.
could say that's an ambiguous term.
He says he identifies as a VTuber. And then he refused to elaborate, so he's just a VTuber, I guess.
So he's computer generated.
I guess so, yeah.
He's not real.
He's not a real person. Wait, hey, that was a trick question. I'm not computer generated. I'm actually a dog. Come on.
By the way, whenever you asked me earlier about secrets of the anime industry,
Yeah?
I had like 15 things come to mind that
Tell me one
I
of them.
would get in huge trouble for saying.
Tell me one of them.
No
No one will ever hear it. No one will ever hear it.
things
Just me and my chat.
There's so many crazy things happening. That's all I gotta say. Yeah.
You better not
It's-
ruin
I
anime for
will
me when
say-
we're
I will
drinking
say this.
together.
Yeah, I'll tell you in person. But this is gonna be a good year for anime.
That's good.
Oh, one anime to look out for. I can talk about this one because it's not out. It's not out yet, but it has been announced. There's a really hilarious anime. It's coming out called Magical Destroyers.
Magical Destroyers.
It's a parody of otaku culture. Basically, the plot line is that it becomes illegal to be an otaku in Japan. And basically it causes the destruction of Tokyo, and otaku groups form kind of like this paramilitary organization where you have like all the different otakus kind of teaming up using their different skill sets. And
That's cool.
And the main character is this guy named Otaku Hero, and he's just a guy with spiral glasses, and he's like the hero, the main protagonist. And he finds I think he might have ordered them online or something like that. I don't know where he gets them, maybe from the black market, but he orders magical girls in a box, and then they fight for him.
Wow. Hey, do you... That sounds pretty cool. Do you remember... It reminds me a little bit. There was this one anime about a guy who drank soda and the sodas turned into girls.
What?
Yeah, he drank soda and the sodas turned into girls.
That sounds like something that would happen in Magical Destroyers.
Yeah. It's a little bit towards that. So like different brands and different personalities and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some some crazy anime ideas, but one thing that's going to be interesting is I don't think they have VTubers in Magical Destroyers. Maybe there is. They have idol otakus and idols. I haven't seen any streamers.
There's a surprisingly little amount of VTuber related stuff in anime. Maybe we'll get to a point where there's like 5 anime about VTubing that are coming out. Because they take time to make after all.
I would say I can't verify this information, but I would bet from my perspective that the first VTuber anime would probably be next year.
Okay.
That's my bet.
Cool.
But I have no sources. That's just like my intuition.
Nice. Are they gonna hire me to write because of my experience? You should introduce me.
I think there should be like a anime that's like Shirobako that's about VTubers or streamers. You know, like a workplace slice of life, but it's like from the other side.
Yeah, I think so. There's that one manga about the guy's dad who's like a VTuber. I don't know. Like he's a female VTuber. He uses a voice changer.
You said that was an anime?
No, it's not an anime. It's a manga.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So I think it's just a matter of time. And like VTubers have more viewers than actual anime.
Jared, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Get in there.
I need to ask you a question. Do you think I'm a good writer? Have you read my stuff? Have you read my comics? I don't remember.
Yeah, I read. So I watched your Shoujo lores, and then I have read some of Creeper-chan.
Pog.
And then I also read Internet Explorer-chan. Something like that.
Am I good enough writer to write a script for an anime? What do you think?
Yes.
That's good.
Have you seen this? Well, the scripts for anime are like lately are really bad. So, the lines, like I've worked on so many shows where I'm like, who wrote this? No, I think your writing style is kind of similar to like have you ever played like Kingdom Hearts or Final Fantasy?
Yeah.
And it comes off kind of similar.
I did take a lot of inspiration from Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it's like very, what do you call it? Like, I don't know how to describe it.
Poetic? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe poetic. Yeah, maybe
dramatic.
Like there's a lot of emphasis on
We're in this together.
thematic elements, I guess. You know, like in Kingdom Hearts, they're always talking about like the darkness and stuff like that.
Yes.
I am sorry to
I guess I like that
light
kind
and
of thing.
dark.
Sorry enough to help.
Yeah, I like it too. I remember Kingdom Hearts had a really big effect on me as a kid. I like that kind of the themes that they had in the story. But then it kind of got really convoluted very quickly.
Hustle up.
Like
I've
I don't
never
know,
played Kingdom Hearts.
have you ever seen? I think it was Donkey did a video on Kingdom Hearts story, and then
think so.
it just got. There's like something like, there's this guy Xehanort who is trying to unlock Kingdom Hearts, but in order to do that, he has to like clone himself, and then like. I can't even explain it, to be honest. What I like about the Kingdom Hearts storylines is like just kind of like the thematic emphasis. Like it like really resonated with me when I was a kid.
Oh my god!
I didn't really get into.
Might have to adjust
Dia the Tiki raided me with 1,000 people. Hello everyone! Hello, thank you Dia, thank you so much for the raid. Everyone, I'm currently having a chat with Jared. He is the CEO and founder of Tonari Animation in Japan. Woof! You wanna introduce yourself, Jared?
Yeah, sure.
Wikipera just resubbed for 19 months.
Okay, I'm
Thank
I'm
you
Jared.
for
I'm
all the great
founder and
streams
CEO
and the
of
fun.
Tonari Animation. I'm also an animator. I work on a bunch of anime you guys probably seen.
He's a cool guy, and he makes anime. He's worked on One Piece, and he's worked on Black Clover, and he's worked on Mass of Destruction.
Oh yeah, Boruto.
What am I
Yeah, well, I didn't say I was working on Magical Destroyers.
No, I said Mass of Destruction.
Oh, what?
You don't know Mass of Destruction?
Massive Destruction?
It's the
Which
worst
one?
anime
Newcomers
ever
called
produced.
Kugan
It's
just
the lowest
resubbed for
rated
17
anime of all
months.
time on
Bezos, you
Anime
gave
List.
me too much power. Merry Skull.
Thank you for the
That sounds like an
17 months.
achievement.
Yeah, it's great. Honestly, it's one of those so bad it's good, you know? It's up on YouTube. You should check it out
Yeah.
sometime. It's like really bad. It's
Like,
like it's got like a whole host of rainbow haired color girl, and none of them have any personalities. They're just kind of there. It's based on a visual novel, but none of its contents are fleshed out, so you don't understand anything. It's one episode. There's like a Kamen Rider type thing, but they clearly don't have budget to actually do anything with it. So the main character just screams in pain, and then he just punches people, and he has a sword that doesn't do anything, and it's really bad. The voice acting is terrible, the art is terrible, the animation is terrible, but it's terrible in such a way that it's extremely fun to watch.
Yeah, I had watched one recently that I had that same experience.
Oh, yeah?
I highly recommend it if you are looking for something that's so bad that it's good.
Tell me.
There's a anime series from the 90s called Robin Hood.
Robin Hood.
Yeah, I could not get through any minute of that without laughing. It's like, and you know, since I'm in the industry, I'm sitting here laughing at someone else's work, but it's so funny that I can't even hold that back. Like, it's like, am I being a bully by laughing at someone else's work? Maybe, but it is. I don't know how. There's just some things that I have no idea how they can possibly exist, but they exist.
Okay. Some
This
people
is
on
one of
Twitter
them.
would get mad at me for saying this. I kind of agree with you that a lot of anime writing these days, especially, is not very good.
Yeah.
I feel like they are very lacking. I'm sorry.
Well, it's mainly because there's too many anime being made. So there's you know, there's like
I
the
remember
top
back in the day when there was like
top-
Medaka box and stuff. It was always interesting stuff. Always something interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's like the good written anime, like the good writers in anime. You know, there's very few of them, and then they're all taken up by other projects. So if they're all on other projects, then they have to go for like second, third, fourth, fifth choice for writer, and then eventually gets to the point where they just whoever raises their hand and says I'm the writer gets to do it.
Can you make me that? Can you just give me an anime that I get to write? I don't need any of the money. I just want to write something that becomes an anime once. You should let me do that.
It's not my choice. It's whoever finances it.
Go to Miyazaki or whoever is the overlord and tell him, hey, guys, this Western idiot will do it for free.
Well, you could always say, like, since it's your idea or your IP, you can just say, I'm the writer. That might be your choice, actually. If it's your idea.
That's true.
If it's someone else's idea, then you have to get permission.
I think it would be fun. How stressful do you think it is to write like full anime?
I don't think it would be stressful at all, to be honest. I think it would be a lot of fun.
Yeah. I think so too.
I've written some stuff myself, and I always find it very fun. It's not stressful. Like, storyboarding is really stressful.
Oh yeah.
Especially if it's not your own script. So you're given a script, you don't have any idea what the writer was thinking. So you're just kind of putting your own spin on it.
I'm sure I've been that person many times.
Like, it's really, like, when there's dialogue, like heavy dialogue, back and forth, that's the worst thing to have to storyboard, because it's very hard to make it visually interesting. So for me, like, the perfect anime for me would be like one where the people barely talk, and you can just be pictures. But it's like I'm in the business of making pictures, so. But I know the writing is important, so I have to get over that.
I mean, writing is also important, so you don't have to make pretty pictures for all the duration of the anime. I assume you would rather be focusing your efforts on the moments where the pretty pictures really matter, and then we can have lip flapping for 10
exactly.
minutes.
Yeah.
Woof. Well, I don't want to take up your entire day. Do you want to talk about anything else? Is there anything else interesting you want to tell us about?
There's so many things. Do you ever go drinking in Japan?
Yeah, I went drinking with Max Mofo. I got blackout drunk. The only time I ever got blackout drunk.
There's these places here called Snacks. Have you ever been into one of those?
Maybe I have, but I didn't know the name. Well, what are they?
So Snacks are like, they're kind of like, it's very weird. So there's one person there, it's usually an older woman, who goes by the title Mama, and she basically takes care of generally a clientele of male clients who come in, and then Mama's job is to basically feed you and get you drunk. And they're very usually very friendly, and it's very hard to leave. So I went to one recently, and they had like basically you basically pay a fixed fee, and then you can drink and eat all you want.
Oh, that's cool.
And then sing karaoke. And this one had karaoke, so
that sounds like a salaryman trap.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So I kind of prefer the izakayas to the Snacks, because the Snacks just keep you drinking. It's like you just keep drinking, and then it's hard
That
to
sounds
escape
nice.
because it's so fun. What they try to do is they try to actually get you to buy a bottle of something and then put your name on it, so that you can come back and drink it any time.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's very interesting. Yeah, there's this other type that's called girls bars here, which does not.
Oh, I know girls bars.
recommend.
They've tried to lure me in many times.
Yeah.
Ha! Never falling for that.
One.
You succubi, you succubi, you're not taking my money.
Yeah, they charge you like an insane amount of money. And,
Yeah.
They chat with you for 30 minutes and then swap out the person that's chatting with you. And they just try to keep it interesting, but yeah, I only went to one once because I was just curious, because I just want to try everything in Japan. Not everything actually. Just I want to experience most of Japan. How I have the time to go do these things, I have no idea. I'm just running on fumes by the time I go out. But yeah, I was trying to sing karaoke, and I'm pretty positive there was like some like Yakuza guy in there because he had three of the girls around him, and they were all giving him all the attention.
Nice.
And then they just kicked me out and then charged me 10,000 yen.
Hell yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm like, this is a scam.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, Jared. It's a girl's bar. These places
they
are
actually have
notorious.
wheels. I think they have wheels that you can spin. And
What?
then you get like Brazil nuts or something. I don't know.
Brazil nuts?
I don't know, just whatever they have.
Whatever they have. Some napkins. Maybe not napkins.
Yeah.
My favorite experience going to a place, I didn't like the maid cafes, which I
Yeah, that
suppose
seems like a scam.
yeah, they're a little bit, I mean, you know, it's a tourist thing, you know, you go to see the pretty the pretty maids,
They're
do the
cute.
whole thing. It's like a one-time tourist experience. That's what it is these days. Then there are the smaller ones with the loyal, like, local customers. I liked, you know what I really liked? I really loved the Butler cafe, the Butler restaurant, not cafe, specifically restaurant. That was legitimately like an experience that was tailored to like their passionate regulars, because they don't get a lot of, you know, tourists and stuff. They had like one guy who spoke English. It was great. They were awesome.
Yeah.
They scolded me for using the wrong fork. Then you know it's great.
The only place I've seen Butler stuff is like at Kabukicho.
Uh-huh.
But I think those are like strip clubs or something. I don't know what those are.
No, those are host clubs. They're not good. Nah, host clubs
Yeah.
are bad. There's just sleazy guys trying to get you to buy champagne. Basically the same as the
I would
girls'
say
bars.
definitely avoid. Kabukicho is not very safe. Well, it's safe compared to any other deep kind of
I mean,
city
it's fine.
entertainment district. but-
I would say if you're a girl, maybe don't go to Kabukicho alone. If you're a guy, you can go there. Just don't. When people ask you if you're gonna do cocaine with them, just don't do the cocaine. If they ask you if you want to have a prostitute, just don't say yes. That's it. No one's gonna hurt you in Kabukicho. There's like a police station on every corner there.
Hitting the ground running.
Yeah, I had a lady who come up to me asked if I wanted a sexy massage, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, just say
Like,
no. Just say no, kids. Don't do that.
Like, I'm just passing through.
It's full of succubi and incubi, guys. Just leave it alone.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's also like a common scam there too. They'll invite you to some back alley thing, like, oh, we have the best bar here. Come with us.
Yeah.
And they
Oh
drug
yeah,
you.
that's a classic one. They're like, oh, you want free drinks? You like really cheap drinks? They show you like really cheap drinks, and you go there, and then it's like this little place where there's like one elevator to get out, and they have like guys at the door, and then they get you in, they get you drinking, and then it's like, oh, but the bottle fee. Oh, what's the bottle fee? Oh, it's 200,000 yen. Yeah, right. Fuck you. And you can't leave because, you know, and then they just like they'll bring you to an ATM if you don't have cash on you, or if they'll swipe your card as many times as it takes, and like
I heard they're polite robbers though. They'll get you so drunk or drug you, and then they'll leave you. You keep your belongings like your phone and your wallet and everything. They just empty your bank account, and then they put you up in a hotel somewhere. You just wake up in a hotel.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked.
Yeah.
It's a very Japanese way of robbing you, I guess. I don't know.
Make sure they're clean and get them off in the hotel.
No, I've heard a lot of stories about that kind of thing, but overall, Japan isn't a place where you're gonna. I think in terms of like people, I did see one time. I think this is mostly a thing that Japanese women will go through though in Kabukicho if you go there alone. There are guys who will like follow them and like keep asking them if they want to work someplace. Like and not take no for an answer. Like keep following you around. I've seen that happen a few times, but I don't think like Western women and Western guys. I don't think there's like people won't follow you around. That's not really gonna be a thing. At least in my experience. There was a guy who asked me if I wanted cocaine one time. That's funny.
That's very surprising to hear in Japan.
Yeah. But if you're a Western guy wearing a suit, no one's ever gonna question you, no matter where you go. Can I tell you a funny story?
Sure.
So I was one time I was in Japan. I was in Akihabara, and I was in a. There was like this underground area that I just like. The door was unlocked, so I just walked in. It was like the behind the stage to some like concert stage beneath the place. And I walked around and I looked at all, like there was a lot of signatures on the walls and stuff. I didn't really know what this place was. And then when I was heading out, a lot of girls, like it looked like an idol troupe or something. A lot of girls walked in and what was it? A lot of girls walked in along with their managers and a TV crew as well. And then they all looked at me and told me, as I was walking out, they told me good work in Japanese. Every one of them, all like a long line, they all said good work to me.
Like, otsukare-sama desu?
Yeah, otsukare-sama. And it was really funny. They just assumed I worked there, and I just left. And that's the thing. If you're a well-dressed foreigner, no one will ever dare question your presence in any location.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I went to an my friend's idol show recently, and I was wearing. I wasn't even that dressed up. I just had like nice shoes.
Was it in Shibuya?
And then this girl told me like 4 or 5 times throughout the night, "Otsukare-sama desu. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu." What did I do?
It's because they assume, especially right now where there's like not a lot of tourists. I mean, there's starting to be more tourists, but like for a while there wasn't. They'll usually just assume you're working there. They won't take the chance that you're not.
Yeah.
Because they don't want an awkward situation with a foreigner.
Yeah.
It's really quite funny.
Yeah. One of my animators went to a there's a cafe here. It's for artists and writers. I don't know if you've heard of it, but basically the what you're supposed to do is you write down when you arrive. You have to write down the thing you want to finish, and you're not allowed to leave the cafe until you've finished and show the staff that you finished.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. One of my animators went to do storyboards because she wanted to just finish some pages of storyboarding, and then just randomly ended up in a documentary.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey yo, that's pretty cool. I could see that being pretty
popular. Crazy stuff that happens in Japan. Like everything that could exists. I feel like there's a cafe here in Mitaka called the Bar Hammock, Cafe Hammock. It's just a cafe full of hammocks, and you can work and take nap.
Man, that reminds me.
You can also drink and take nap. So it's like a co-working cafe, all about hammocks. And there's they've got tents inside. You can pretend like you're camping together.
It's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so much. One of the reasons I love Japan so much is there's so much you can discover.
Yeah, yeah, you can walk. I lived in Tokyo for like almost 2 years. Every time I went outside, there was always something new to see.
Yeah.
They'll tear down buildings and build something new too. So like,
exactly.
Changes. I'm a little sad about that arcade in Akihabara that shut down though. I liked that place.
Oh, I have heard about. Is that the one like the apocalypse one? It looks like a Kowloon or something.
Sad.
Yeah, I wanted to go so bad. But yeah, by the time I found out it existed, it would have already shut down. I think the pandemic killed it.
Yeah. Sad. I'm a little afraid of going back. I'm a little afraid that a lot of the places I might have enjoyed going has just been replaced with like duty-free shops or something like that in Akihabara.
Yeah, I know that. Do you like Ikebukuro?
Yeah, I like Ikebukuro. It's Akihabara for girls.
Yeah, they're opening the biggest animate store in, I think, tomorrow actually.
Oh, but they already had a
in-
really big animate store there.
Yeah, this one's bigger.
Ah.
So they're doing a big grand opening event.
I rubbed some dirt on it. Let's go.
Yeah, if you want to, I have a friend who's a VTuber that's going.
Their confidence.
Maybe she could stream it or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a few IRL streams when I'm there.
Yeah.
Should be pretty fun. I streamed a few times in Japan. It was pretty comfy. We even went to Kabukicho at night. But like, it was too late at night, so there was no one there. So we just ended up making conversation with some random people. It was kind of funny. It was with this YouTuber Vexed. He's pretty nice. He went to North Korea later.
Have you ever, before you came to Japan, did you ever watch those videos that was just like 2-hour walks through Tokyo?
Yeah, sometimes I put them on my stream in the background while we talk.
Yeah. Well, if you're in Japan, you don't need to watch those videos. You can just
Yeah, you can
start
just go
walking.
on a 2-hour walk. Yeah, I
That's
enjoy
been
that.
like one of my favorite things to do here. It's just, if I'm getting too kind of, maybe I'm getting a creative block, or, you know, maybe I'm stressed about something with work, I'll just pick a direction, walk for 2 hours, and then ride transit back. And I usually end up finding some beautiful park that's kind of hidden, or shrines, or little cafes or restaurants.
One time
Yeah, it's very.
I remember I tried to just take a train as far out of the city as I could. That was my thing for that day. Just that entire day, all I did was take train as far outside of the city as I could. It was nice. But Tokyo stretches on forever. It's hard to get out of Tokyo. It's actually hard. It's
Yeah,
kinda,
like you can take the Chuyosobu line all the way out to Chiba, and that's just the Tokyo Metro.
Oh really?
Yeah, and you can
One
take
of the-
Tokyo Metro out to like mountains.
One of my experience is that you can leave Tokyo. Like you can think you're leaving Tokyo sometimes, but then the city will just come back.
Oh yeah, like you're going through Saitama or something.
Yeah, my
it's like, oh,
specific
maybe
experience was I was heading on the Keio line. I was taking the Keio line, and then there would be less city, and then suddenly there would be city again, and then I'm in Chofu. So I guess Tokyo is more like a collection of smaller cities, I suppose. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's a better way to think of it.
Mhm.
They're
It's
just all
not-
stuck right next to each other.
Yes.
It's like we took all the big cities in America and just crammed them together in one place.
Yes.
Like Kabukicho is like Vegas.
You know what I think is an underrated place?
What?
Shimokitazawa.
Oh, I've been to Shimokitazawa.
It's comfy. I want to live
Is that
there.
where that big hill is? And there's like all the restaurants on the hill.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah,
a,
I found that place by one. I was like, what is this place?
It's comfy. It's like the hipster place, I guess. It's pretty comfy there. I like it. There's a lot of used clothing stores and restaurants and trendy smoothie places and stuff. It's comfy. There's always community events going on. They have like I used to work there. I used to work for a small publisher when I was doing a comic for them, and I used to go there every day. It's pretty nice. It's pretty comfy, especially at night.
Next week I'm leaving Tokyo. I'm going to this place called Niigata.
Ah, Niigata.
You heard of it?
You excited?
I think it's famous for skiing or something.
I don't remember actually. I remember the name.
But I have an idea. It looks nice. I'm going there. No, there's a big animation festival happening next week.
That's cool. Hope you have fun.
We have the International Film Festival.
Do you ever want to do like a short, like just an anime short film and apply to festivals? I think that would be pretty cool.
That is a. It seems like an idea that I should have had.
Really? You hadn't had that
Yeah,
idea
but
before?
I haven't had that idea.
Did I just give you an idea?
I think you just gave me an idea. And
Hey,
now
yo!
that's gonna be in my brain the entire time I'm at the film festival.
Let's go! You should! And hire me as your writer!
Yeah, maybe that's how we make the anime.
Yeah! That's how we make the anime. Let's fucking do it. Let's win an award. It's these two weird foreigners coming in.
It's a win. I think it's possible.
Yeah. It's just like,
Yeah, take like,
like 20, 15 minutes?
Yeah, let me figure out how to get into this film festival.
Sure. You know what?
I'm
Let's
gonna
talk
be
more about
meeting
that soon.
people there. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I know someone who knows the organizers.
Oh.
Maybe there'll be a nomikai or something with them.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know how to get in film. I don't know anything about film festivals. So,
Well, I
very
know that
excited
you can mail things in. You can just mail things in, and then if it gets accepted, they'll show it. There's usually some rules. Like it has to be. I can imagine. I don't know. There's usually some rules. Like it might be you have to use staff that lives in Japan or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder who won last year's Nidaka International Film Festival. 2022. Oh, maybe this is the first one.
I know that's been.
Asia's biggest. This is Asia's biggest anime film festival. Oh, I'm just going on a whim. I didn't even know it was this big deal.
That's cool.
It's focused on full-length animated commercial films from Japan and across the world. It's the first festival to feature full-length works like Ghibli works. Okay. The jury president is the director of Ghost in the Shell.
That's cool. That's the guy. That's the guy.
No, it's a different one.
Oh, a different director of Ghost in the Shell. Well, I mean, there's got to be lots of like awards and like short film festivals and stuff that one can go to. One could even like, you know what people usually do? I went to film school, so I know a little bit about it. So usually what people do when they make a film like this is that they just enter it into every single film festival in the world that they can possibly come to. Non-animated film festivals, animated film festivals, everything. And then if it does well, then you go on a little tour.
Have you ever been to like the what do you call it? They're not film festivals. They're kind of like film festivals, but they're the entertainment trade shows, like
like Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah, I think like that. Like there's one that's really famous in Los Angeles. It happens, and like basically the buyers come, and then everyone comes and pitches. I forgot what those are called.
It sounds cool.
But I went to one, and it was a waste of money.
Oh.
Yeah, it was very expensive to go. I think it's just a way for network executives to get like paid for tax deducted vacations or something. But basically, yeah, you pay like a crap ton of money, and then you get 30 seconds or 5 minutes with like people from HBO and stuff like that.
That's cool.
But yeah, I got to experience that film pitching thing.
I've never pitched anything.
It's
That's not true. I've actually pitched a few things. I did one that's under NDA right now. It's doing pretty alright. I'm kind of spoiled as a creator. Never had to pitch for like a bigger company though. Like actually I have, but it's NDA right now.
Oh.
I'm doing a pretty big thing. I'm doing a big small thing. Does that make sense? I'm doing a small thing for a big guy.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
But not a big guy, but a big corpo.
Yeah, I get that. I think that's kind of what I get the small big thing. It's a big deal, but it's not that big of a thing.
The thing itself is not that big, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna stop streaming relatively soon, Jarrett, but it's been a pleasure chatting with you.
Yeah, thanks for calling me randomly.
Thank you for the chat.
I was like, Mary's calling me. I'm like, I was checking my calendar. I was like, do we have a meeting or something?
No.
And I was like, oh shit. I started scrolling back in the chat. That's all happening while it's going ding ding on Discord. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll listen to.
That's funny. I'll talk to you around, alright? See you around.
Yep.
Talk to you around. I don't know,
Yep.
I just combined two.
Yeah.
See you later, Jared. Thank you for chatting. Everyone say bye to Jared. Everyone says thank
Bye,
you, Jared.
everybody. Thank you.
Bye. That was the chat. Jared. Did you guys enjoy that? Just me bringing an industry professional into the stream to chat. Was that interesting to you guys? That was cool. That's good. It was interesting hearing about anime and stuff. I like that I gave him an idea, that he felt like he was the one who was supposed to have thought of that. I like that. I just want to write an anime. He needs to let me write an anime. Just let me write one. He says himself, people are not very good at writing anime these days. I was gripped to my seat, couldn't move. Aww. I'm glad. And we won! Yay! Woof, woof, woof. Mmm. Let me see. Do we have anyone else we can bring on before the stream over? Oh, no one. I hope X is okay. He's not really been responding for a while. He went inactive on streaming as well, right? He usually responded to me on everything. He asked me if we could call because he wasn't feeling very well, and then he just sort of disappeared. I guess he's taking a little break. I hope he's okay. I like Hex. Hex is pretty comfy. Woof, 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 woof. Yeah. I hope Hex is okay. Hox for Hex.
Welcome to Circuit Royale. Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
hard to play Overwatch on EU ping. I'm sorry, Kaya. It'll be easier when I'm in Japan. Then we can play without ping. Hmm? You guys want to ask me anything? Talk to me about anything? I think we have some new people here today. Are you new? If you're new watching the stream for the first time ever, please click 1 in chat and I will say hello to you.
We must all find a cause worth fighting for.
At least you can play all. At least you can play it all. Aw, sorry, Kitro. You with your computer problems always. I'm sorry, darling.
Attackers incoming.
Here we go.
Stop the payload.
Bloody hell!
Here we go. Cause some chaos with my balls. Hamster, go! Oh, I'm dead. Ah, help me! Oh. It's okay, baby. I hope I'll be able to play Final Fantasy 14 with you and Fred. Yes, don't worry, darling. I'm sure we'll be able to do that. Kitro computer find when? Find when? Fund. Oh, fund. Welcome, new doggos. Welcome. Hello, on BLDS. Hello, hello. Maybe you should do a different tank. How about monkey? Let's do monkey. Monkey will do great.
A better world is possible today.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Here we go.
You're safe with me. Did someone call?
Oof. Oof. Ah. Woof, woof, woof.
Once more.
Good aim, mate.
Breach.
I'm working on bringing back Stalker X Stalker, by the way. After my lore video, Stalker X Stalker is gonna return. Also Minecraft Anime, Everyone Nowhere, and Winter Moon. All of my comics are returning. I hope for you guys' support. You guys have never actually had, you know, all of the time you guys have been here, I have never actually been producing at full capacity as I used to, because I was so busy with Bishoujo Lore. But now that Bishoujo Lore is kind of slowing down, we will be able to increase productivity again when it comes to our own IPs. Ouch. Ah, damn it. I gotta catch up with so many. Yeah. I miss Stalker so much. Yeah, me too. I missed it too. And I missed Winter Moon. And I missed Everyone Nowhere. It's gonna be really nice to get to do those comics again. It'll be Pog. Looking forward to it a lot.
Did someone call?
They never learn.
Time for the reckoning! Bloody hell! Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei. Yes.
Ooh. It's the peak performance.
Sniper, be careful.
Oof. I'm still reading Winter Moon. I'll catch up soon. What do you think of the story so far, darling? Which one is you guys' favorite of mine? Some of my comics are dubbed in English on YouTube. You can cheat. Yeah, you can watch them on YouTube if you like. We've got Japanese voice actors as well, if you like. We have them on the main channel as Japanese voice actors and some other English. So you can watch while you can watch instead if you prefer Japanese or if you prefer English.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Oh god. Monkey. I love everyone nowhere a lot. That's good. That's good.
Once more unto the
What do you guys want to do tomorrow? Maybe we should play a special game? Maybe a visual novel or something? Or we could play more Five Nights at Freddy's? Or we could do a sponsor stream?
Did someone call?
I like that I like the no schedule thing because it means we can do whatever we want. It's nice. I can come up with like random, really fun ideas and we can do them. It's really great, right? Oof. You want to see me play more FNAF? Sure, we can figure something out.
My throne is where I say it is.
I was thinking about Pion and Pion. Visual novels are like reading streams. Yes, FNAF. We could do more FNAF. I get very scared though.
You only lose if you stay down. Gracie, come.
Ouch.
Rest up.
Ouch. You know what I really want to? I really want to make more lore for XLA. For Niji-san XLA. I haven't been asked yet, but I've already told all of them that if they want more lore, I'm happy to do it. Of course it's a bit expensive because we gotta pay the artists and stuff, but if they want to, I'm happy to do it. I hope I can. I really like them. They're a comfy bunch.
They have superior numbers. Me. Like hell you will.
They already have yeah, but I mean, you can make more lore stories for them. Doesn't mean, like, just because their origin, like their chapter 1 has been done, doesn't mean you can't make more stories with their characters and stuff. You totally can.
Time for the reckoning.
I guess the word lore itself kind of implies it's a backstory. I don't know. What's your words per minute? Depends on the moment. I think I average out at like 130. 142 is what I can do when I'm like concentrated. I max out at 160.
Finally, a decent scrap.
Lore is always fun. Yeah, I think so. I think so.
I need a knife.
You're powered up. Get in there.
None of you can stop me. Time for the reckoning.
Oof. Are we twins? I don't know. You have fast writing speed as well? We was thinking, would Mary be able to make more stories following the original laws? Yeah, I mean that would be the idea, right? not to discount the original lore, just to make a new story for it. That would be the idea. Ouch. I am thinking of becoming a VTuber, and my idea for lore is basically a full-blown manga at this point. Oh. That's true, but remember, you also must have an idea of how to tell your story in a short way. If you want to tell a long story, you should be able to tell a short story first.
Time for the reckoning!
Dog on me! By the way, do you guys want to do me a favor? Do you guys want to do me a favor?
You only lose if you stay
Please click the link in chat and join Final Fantasy XIV Online. It's free and you help me stay in the good graces of Square Enix so that they keep sponsoring me. Please help me out. Download it, it's free. It's free.
Time for the reckoning!
Use my link. Click my link. Click it. I'll download it soon. Thank you, Iris. Battle Pass Tier 6, thank you. Woof, woof, woof. Oh, we have an open spot. Okay. Let's see. Who wants to join in? I think this will be the last game, probably. Patent? Lahi. Woof, 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 woof. Arr, arr. Woof. Dogs. Dogami. Good night, Kaya. You know what? I'm kind of feeling tired now as well. We have been going for 3 hours and 25 minutes, and I did put in a lot of energy at the beginning. So maybe for today, let's take a little bit of a break and raid OK Code. How about it? Let's raid Big Man Code. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining today. I really appreciate it. I love you guys very much. I hope you had fun. Rosalind, thank you for the tier 1 sub at 5 months. Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed.
Rosalind just resubbed for 5 months.
Thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream with all of the themes and stuff, with the angel demon theme. And I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Can't wait tomorrow. See you later, everyone. I love you. I love you. Good night. Woof. And here's, again, a look at my Incubus outfit. Woof. Good night, everyone. I love you. Love you. Good night. Woof.